This is Team Fortress TV. This is ETF2L Season 28 Upper Bracket Final, SVIFT versus Lego. This is TurboTabs, and this is my co-caster Ombrack. Hello, Ombrack.
Hello, TurboTabs. How are you doing?
I am sounding much better than you are. You sound tired.
It's fine. I'm gonna let the hype come into me, and it's gonna build up, and then there's gonna be a crazy air shot, and I'll be like, yeah, that was okay.
Well, I'm sure you'll perk up a bit because you've got your buddy Nicell over across the pond doing production for you.
He's not my buddy.
Is he not your buddy? He's not your friend? Not even an acquaintance?
He's a guy.
He's a guy. All right. Well, formalities aside, let's get back into the game now. I haven't got any reports for you, sadly, today, Ombrack. So, yep, I know.
Oh no,
Gentleman
I'm
John,
out of here.
I know Gentleman John is going to kill me in my sleep, but what I can do is we can run down the rosters like the old-fashioned way, the way like Admirable used to do it, DJC, all those great names. What do you say? I'll let you pick a team, and you just tell me who's on that team.
So I pick a team. I'll just go with the team that beat me in playoffs. So with SVIFT. On Medic we have Babs. On Pocket we have Polygon. Roamer is Silentes, as known as Nie. The Pocket Scout is Samzi. The Roaming Scout is the Powerhouse Tagger. And the Demo Man is not Ali. It's going to be 7 Superstar Cadis.
Oh wow, so over on the Lego side of things, we've got Dr. Phil on Demoman, Condom on Medic, Josh on Pocket Soldier, Drac. The fellow 7 Power Star will also be playing Roamer. Sorex will be the Scout, and with his buddy Zenith. Alright, so we have the map picks and bans done all ahead of time on Rack. I am very impressed by these two teams. Usually it takes quite a lot of time to kind of pluck these map picks from them, but we have the technology today, but we don't have the technology to show them on stream, so we're going to have to keep up the radio cast, and I'm just going to have to sound them off one by one. So you pipe in if you've got any opinions about these map picks. So, alright, so SVIFT ban Sunshine.
Not surprising.
Lego ban Product.
Bit more surprising.
SVIFT, actually no, Lego pick Gully Wash.
I assume this is because we, as Ascent.eu, we beat SVIFT, so maybe they think they can have an edge on this map.
And SVIFT pick Process?
Because they beat us on this map, and maybe they think they can have an edge on this map.
Man, you must think the world revolves around you, Ombrack. Do you really think all these... Okay, anyway, let's get
well,
back into
I'm the 3rd team in Prem, what do you expect? I have a big ego I have to feed.
Alright. Well, SVIFT respond with a Reckoner ban, and then Lego go with a Badlands ban, and then that makes it so our Snakewater is our deciding map.
And I have nothing to say about these 3 last maps.
Well, it's a good thing I've got a couple of things written down for you, Ombrack. I actually did my research because I thought we were going to start 15 minutes early today, so I was kind of twiddling my thumbs in the mumble earlier. So whilst I was looking at these match pages, I noticed that you were right on the call for Lego's Gully pick. Not only has it been a map that they've been doing good on throughout the season, but it's also a map that SVIFT have lost to your team, Ascent. So also keep in mind that Reckoner was a ban out by SVIFT, and that's probably due to the loss from Weebs. They actually lost that map to the Weeb Tunnel Tactics, and maybe that was such a stinging loss that they don't even want to look at that map anymore. But it's a bit strange because, believe it or not, they've had a decent record on the map past that one day. I guess maybe it's just...
My take on this is that when you look at the players like Cadis, Samzi, Silentes, they all like been playing for ages, and the maps they banned were Reckoner and Sunshine, so the 2 newcomers. So maybe as they don't scrim much, SVIFT is a team that doesn't play much, they just decide to ban the map they're maybe not most familiar with, and just went for the map that they know how to play, even if they don't practice as a team. Because as individual players, individual talents, they have the reflexes they need on this map. They know the small edge bugs and stuff like that. So that's my take on this picks.
Yeah.
Or more bans.
Yeah, fully agree with you there. I think the more interesting sort of matches that you can directly relate to this matchup is probably the Week 5 games that they played against each other, where I think Sunshine, there was a Sunshine loss for SVIFT against Lego, but SVIFT managed to beat Lego on Snake. So, I mean, by the ipso facto that they banned Sunshine, it's not really going to affect SVIFT too much, but I mean, that Lego team on that Snakewater map, that Decider map, might come to bite them in the ass later because they haven't had a good track record against SVIFT.
Anyway. But in the end, this is playoff. This is so much different from what we've seen so far, especially when it comes to SVIFT and Lego head-to-heads. You don't go into the playoff game as the way you go into a regular season game. And as we say that, we are going into the first map of the best of 3.
Alright, if you're just joining us, this is our ETF2L Season 28 upper bracket final game. This is SVIFT versus Lego, our first map, Gully Wash. Now let's see what these two teams can offer. So the first thing I see on mid Ombrack is Josh just opting to kind of take the low ground right now. Both of the soldiers are actually taking the low ground. Keep in mind, Drac is bringing the Demon, so he's actually taking his time on this mid, but during all this time it doesn't look like SVIFT actually giving them the time. They're just running at them in their face and just kind of taking the ground ahead of them. Soldiers never really had a chance to kick in there, Ombrack.
Yeah, Josh got caught up on the low ground by Polygon kind of early, so even if he didn't die straight away, it was kind of weak and he couldn't initiate anything. And Tiger just rushed on last and got Condom unaware that the scout was rushing him, and Josh couldn't do anything and killed Tiger so late. So it's already a really nice play from the DM machine Tiger, and Babs is already having a really good Uber advantage in her hands.
Ooh,
Babs doesn't use what?
Wow, that is that was a risky move. I mean, I guess you just have so much faith in your team at that point, and only the good medics drop on Brack, so maybe she was fully expecting that. If she drops there, it's not the worst situation in the world. Condom had just died earlier, so it looks like they will take the second for free despite not having to use that Uber. So they still got the advantage though. I'm surprised they're not kind of pushing the gun on this.
So yeah, they're kind of slow, and I don't really know why. I guess losing Tiger kind of slowed them down, but as good as Tiger is, you can't really speed on this juicy Uber ad, and maybe they should have used early. But I see Lego was holding forward. Maybe that was what denied SVIFT for taking the lobby area, and yeah, they're not going to come in. Then it as a gun ongoing, and Tiger is responding as the sniper rifle man.
Look, and STV stats will even point out Blue lost their Uber advantage. A good 40 seconds has been wasted really of opportunity, as maybe it's just a bit of playoff nerves, you know, better safe than sorry. So they're going to take things a lot more calculated to see if they can get Tiger on that sniper and kind of pick people off, but sadly he did get picked off himself, so he'll probably just come back as sniper because they still managed to hold on to this second, and it wouldn't be a Lego match if it wasn't a conch going off, so they will actually use the battalion's backup to kind of just buff everyone up, keep this nice solidified second stack going.
Oh, he drops Condom again. That was such a nice play. That was really clutch play from Tiger, and Bab still has a Uber. She hasn't finally used the Uber here. She didn't use earlier when she could have, but they are kind of more questionable pop, but in the end that's not really hurting her team. They can take the second for free, and they got, well, this pop is good for Lego. They tried a risky repush, they got kind of rewarded there, even though Condom dropped, because it's got to be another reset on last, and this could have went way worse for Lego there.
On the bright side of things for SVIFT, they do still have that sniper up, so they can transition quite nicely going off this even advantages for both of these teams, and just have Tiger pick a perch somewhere, but they actually will get a pick up on.
Is it the backline? He's going for Babs, but she can't get her, so he finally tries to go for Tiger, but he doesn't do anything here. It gets cleaned up. That was a really nice play here from Drac. Went unnoticed onto the backlines, but finally gets cleaned up, and the Ubers are gonna be the second.
Tiger again! Tiger! Holy shit! What has this man been drinking? Okay, so that's a free Uber. Babs is just going to pop in, and you get an Uber, you get an Uber, everyone gets an Uber. It's an Uber party right now, and everyone's invited except Lego. They're being bashed off the point. They will actually get cleaned up by Polygon, who's just casually sitting there. And there's the first round on the board. It hurts to be Condom right now, Ombrack.
Well, I haven't seen that last headshot, but I feel like he died once to Tiger already, and I think he knew he didn't. He should have expected that and maybe had better positioning. So I can't help but think maybe Conduct has quite of a bad positioning here. But in the end, that's 1-0 for Swift on the back of Tiger with a really clutch place.
Well, it's another mid. Let's see. This time Josh opts to kind of stay with his team on the top-hand side and see if he can try and create some room, get aggressive on his team. Dr. Phil will try and join in as well, but God, they're just all fodder for the scouts here, and it's a clean wipe. No deaths on the side of Swift. They'll get that midpoint. They'll definitely get the second point. They might even get the last point if they can shut off these respawners. Kato is already doing such a task now, and he's blocked off the right-hand side. They just need one door to kind of really eliminate any chance of a defense coming out from Lego here, and they're trying their best just to funnel through. They've got an Uber charge as well.
By track onto Babs, and they lock the doors anyway. They're spawn camping Lego, and this is a complete crumble here, and it's already 2-0 after like 5 minutes in this mid. Like the double bombing soldiers from Josh and Drac was completely nullified by the Swift blob. And then they just had to walk in around their med and get the cleanup frag. So Lego really have to try something different, because at this rate, this is going to be a quick and easy game.
I just want to remind you, Ombrack, this was Lego's map pick as well. They thought they were going to go into this smiling, but sadly they have probably picked one of the worst maps at the, by the look of it. There's still 24 minutes left in this game though, still plenty of time for a comeback, so there'll be another cracker this mid. But Cadis is just finding the damage, and his teammates are playing off it so well, and now it's just cleanup crew for the rest of Swift. You still have, Drac is only on 5 HP though, he's practically dead to the world, and you still have Sorix kind of sticking around, but with 4 players left on Swift, there's no way that Sorix can take them all out by himself, can he?
No, I don't think he can. Yeah, Tiger feeling confident trying to go for the 1v1, but that's a slight improvement for Lego, is that Babs died on this mid, but again, Silentus went on drop down and completely unchecked. He got so much damage to Condom that only one sticky from Cadus was enough to kill the medic, so I don't know what's the matter here for Lego. Maybe some kind of miscommunication, or you know, some pressure, because at stake there's a grand final spot, so maybe they have to get in that game. But we've seen Lego coming back from way worse than that. There's still a lot of time, but they really need to react quickly. But because Swift is one of these teams that works a lot of momentum with players that have the way they feel about the game impacts a lot on how they play. And if they give Swift, like players as Silentus or Tiger, too much confidence in their plays, this is just going to be incredibly hard for Lego to come back.
Yeah, and keep in mind you also got Headmaster Kato on that team kind of murking in. He knows how to play off an advantage on Brack. He has done it all before with 7. He can probably do it all again with Swift as well. And you do see Silentus kind of bombing in, but that's to be expected. It is a stalemate right now, and they're going to try and fish for that condom pick, but he won't get it this time. So let's see, they're probably going to rotate. Yeah, they've rotated Cadus round to the big door area to kind of make sure the flank, and yep, the flank gets punished for poking in on their little tiny advantage. Babs will be forced, however, but both of the teams do exchange their Ubers. I'm guessing it's just a little Uber trade coming out from Josh there.
And he gets so much damage. He gets the frag with the help of Josh, with a nice field retaliation frag from onto 2 players. But Tiger on the backline gets condom, and it's another, like one of the strengths of Lego, their Uber trades. But there, before even Josh committed, Sorek started to a sticky trap, and this was the end for Lego. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe Cadus input is what makes the difference here. But I think we have to give that to Swift as a whole. They're playing really well together.
Yeah. It was a very nice play. I also liked how Cadus actually came back from that flank area. Usually Demomen, when they get the pick on that that flank, they're tempted to kind of do their own little adventures on that flank as well to kind of reward the pick. But Cadus just came back to the combo, and it paid off there in full. And they're still trying to contest this set. Well, I say contest, they're trying to actually push out for the second, because Bams doesn't have a Uber just quite yet. So they can maybe get some cheeky cap time whilst everything's going down in Drac. He's trying to keep back the rest of the Swift crew over this choke area, and he's doing an okay job, but Babs has finally got that overcharge out, and they can keep that point blocked and start just cleaning up all these leftover Lego players, and they're going down one by one on Brack, and with only Dr. Phil left and Sorix kind of screaming back alive, I don't think they can hold on to this last.
Yeah, and Swift is already going from shoulder. Samzi is on the beam with Babs, and Silente is going already some nice cap time. Gets filled in the process, and Condop dies as well. And this is really, really bad. And I'm afraid that Lego is having a really bad read onto the game right now. There's 20 minutes left, but I think like they are rushing in. They're trying to come back as fast as they can. Well, they may try to play a more cautious playstyle if they want to come back, especially against a player like Hades. And using brute force may not be enough against the likes of Samzi, Tiger, and Silentus.
Oh, we're onto our fourth middle already, and it's only 20 minutes left on Gully Wash. Who would have thought it now? Oh god, the Drak gets cleaned up very early on, so that's a massive force for them actually taken out in this mid. Usually Gully Wash is made by these roaming soldiers, and it just seems like the damage and the focus fire is so much better for SVIFT now, and Condom does manage to keep himself alive on that mid, but he's very low, and Samzi comes in from the lower area, strikes Condom down. So that's another Uber advantage and potentially another easy round for SVIFT.
I don't know what's going on. Like, it would be so interesting to be on Lego's Mumble right now to understand what they're saying, because oh, Zenith is in backline, trying to go for Babs. Babs is really, really weak. She doesn't use again. Nice hold again from the Austrian medic. That's the second time that she just doesn't use the Uber. And yeah, I wonder what are the calls right now, because I know Josh can be quite an emotional player towards his team when things go wrong. And he's been calling as well, so that's not a good combination most of the times.
Well, what can they do, Ombrack? What's like a very hard resetting thing that Lego can approach this game? Oh wait, no time to talk now. They're actually going in with the Uber, and they will pick off Dr. Phil. That's a massive pick for that last defense. No demo man, no point control for Lego. Now they just have to kind of rely on their DM and to kind of clean up these players and clean them up quickly. And they're doing just that, actually. Only Cadis and Babs survive, so they can maybe salvage some kind of Uber charge from this. Oh, Babs is actually caught off, and there you go. There goes the safety net for SVIFT. So they will give up that second point. Cadis is alive, so you can maybe set up some sticky traps over on mid. But you know, well played to Lego to kind of draw the line there, even though they lost Dr. Phil so early.
Yeah, for the sake of our evening, I hope this is the start of the comeback for Lego, so we can have like a more tight game. Conduct doesn't really have such a big Uber ad, but Lego doesn't care. They just going in on top right. Dr. Phil is followed by his medics trying to take the space, and they're actually doing it successfully. And they have a 30% Uber ad now, and knowing Joy, they will want to use that.
Alright, well, first, before they can do any of that, they need to kind of get through this front line of SVIFT, and they've set up some tiny little measures. Actually, they popped off the conch just to kind of get the ball rolling, so there you go. That is the sound to go, the call to move, and Josh will pick off Polygon, but Polygon was kind of holding close anyway. Same with Silentes, they were just kind of covering the doors, seeing if they could maybe force something out, but they were kind of hoping for an Uber charge there on Ombrack, not just some silly banner. So.
They still have 20 ad, and the two frag they had was such a nice entry picks. They finally go, they used onto Sorex, trying to go for Cadis underneath, but can't quite get it, and in the meantime, Sazi gets dragged, but Cadis finally dies, and this is the first round for Lego, and this one was really nicely played, and maybe I was wrong, and maybe the aggressive playstyle is what suits Lego best, because this is how they took that round, just went in and used the slightest edges they could have used.
In true Lego style as well, just full of grit, just rolling over everybody, using every last little advantage and kind of throwing in some banners to spice things up as well. So another mid, it is our fifth mid of it so far, and Drak goes for the big boy bomb, and he kind of lays a little bit of damage. Oh, actually gets a nice little trade onto Samzi there, and see how much better this mid is going so far when Drak can just have a little bit of a better start on these mids. Although as time kind of draws out, there we go, actually Sorex will get the 1v1 kill onto Tiger, so the numbers advantage are on, they were on Lego's side. Zenith is going to have to pick up a lot of slack from his team here if he's going to maybe close this one out, and with the scout still remaining, I think they will actually hold on. Oh wait, no, time for a second mid. They're going to come in with Samzi. Samzi's going to get chewed up immediately.
This is a mistake.
Team, where's my team? Says
I don't
Samzi.
know. Yeah, I don't know what was the call there, but I don't think anyone said to go back in, because that was such a bad play, and this is going back in this fight. He's playing into Lego play style.
The Drak flank gets the Babs Uber.
Oh, yeah, right. And yeah, Lego is finally back in the game. I think you mentioned Drac not dying at the start of the middle, and I think that's what made the difference, because Drac is such a good roamer, and Lego plays a lot around their soldiers, and now the Uber is finally used onto main, onto Zen and Dr. Phil. Samsi dies as heavy, and there's no cut time going right now for Lego. Cadus is safely unchallenged on the end, as I say that, he just dies to Sorex, and this should be another round to Lego, unless Tiger can do terrible stuff. No, this is a 3-2, and yeah, I feel like Swift maybe got a bit carried away by their rocket-like starts, and now they're kind of playing into Lego's playstyle, as in going balls deep, brute force, and I think at this game, Lego is better team because they practice a lot this playstyle. So it may be up to Cadus if he's main calling to, you know, slow down things a bit and play more cautiously.
Yeah, there's a game of catch right now. Both these teams are just taking turns to throw, and let's see what Celentis can come up with. He goes for the drop-down play, but his eyes are... He has been spotted, however, and they're going to deal with him. So that's a Roman soldier down for SVIFT. Kato down, so that's probably the mid kind of all said and done for them, unless these scouts have literally got, like, the power of something godly, like, I don't know, shocky abilities in them that... But no, Tiger actually opts to go behind as well, so he doesn't even want to hold on to the stinking mid. He just wants to get behind, be a pest, kind of go for the safer play.
These two mids from Drac were out of this world. Like on the first mids, it just went really aggressive really early, trying to go for a pick. But there he's playing more. He's waiting a bit for his team to make some decoy play, and then he goes for Cadus on this one. And again, this is making it different because Lego relies a lot on how the soldier duo is playing. They rely a lot on Josh and on Timul most of the time, but I mean, when you get back, this is really good. Tiger dying on the backline shouldn't do much there, unless Lego is trying to take this Uber onto the big door.
Oh, they do want to do just that on Drac. They're rotating Dr. Phil, they're rotating Drac around, and they're just having a quick check on any stickies. Because, oh, Kato wasn't paying attention to the choke area where there was a little Uber exchange, and gets kind of caught off for a second there. They will pick off Zenith, who kind of committed himself in, but Dr. Phil is actually cutting down their only line of retreat there, and Tiger's just getting up in his face for because he's done such a thing, and it's just the scout and the medic left, and I'm very susceptible to the flank right now. Condom's actually going to probably go down. He's going to go for the chase. Oh, actually gets the crossbow onto Samsi. Kind of dissuades him from making that chase. Very nice Condom. Nice little showmanship there from the medic.
That Uber trade from Dr. Phil was so good on Big Door. He got Cadus and Babs after the Uber's faded, so that it's a really good play, and now Condom is sitting on a sizable Uber advantage, and they may want to try to use it deep and trying to jump in, and Condom with a 100% Uber is gonna listen to his teammate and follow them into the mid fights.
Alright, so they enter from the choke, and they're just busy having a quick corner check right now, just kind of dancing around the spam, and Josh will get go down to Celentis, kind of making plays on the flank area. Will get punished for it, however, but I mean, one player down for Lego can't help but make them a little bit nervous. They've got an Uber charge, but I know they want to use that for second, and it's too late now. They've been shut out, the time has been delayed, and SVIFT can now start crafting a plan onto making the little comeback from this second point.
Yeah, that play from Celentis may not look as much, but we'll talk about that later. The Uber is not finally used by Lego onto the choke. They're trying to go for Bab. The Uber is being traded, but Josh is trying to go really deep onto the backline. And this isn't looking really good for Lego. They're just playing wreck. Why was that? They used kind of early. They should have backed out as soon as... But Dr. Phil gets back with a long-range pipe, and that may salvage the situation for Lego if they stop dying here, but... Sorex is back in the backlines as well, and only Drac is up now, and I see him hiding. He's been spotted, and there's not much more he can do.
That was a very conscious choice by Lego there on Ombrack. They wanted to just fully commit in with the Uber and hope that their post Uber was much better than SVIFT's. But sadly, I was looking at the other players on Lego, and they were busy taking a tour of the blue base while that was going down. You kind of feel that if Sorex kind of joined the fight there, maybe there would have been more dead blue players than there would have been red.
Yeah, they tried to go for a better trade, but that was questionable because obviously they used before and they flashed a lot of people while Bad had a single Uber onto Polygon, so in the end a Swift Uber was way better, but they finally managed to let their DM abilities speak for themselves, and they won back that second point, and they have another 30% Uber ad, and I think Condom knows about it, and they will try to go for this and try to get Babs as soon as they can. But Josh dies, and that's a really dire push because he's their main powerhouse.
Yeah, he is the micromanager, the main caller for the team, and if he's not there to kind of call out the push, you don't really feel too comfortable in LEGO to make this use of this advantage. So they're going to sit back for now, play it safe, and...
But no, they're not.
Wait,
They're
okay.
using on top right. They don't care that Josh isn't there. They're trying to go for force and maybe play around the...
Oh.
And we have a pause. And, okay, we're just going to see what happens. But I feel like they just want to take a trade here and see if they can recycle these heals onto maybe the riverside area. Because I see Dr. Phil with landing some stickies on the riverside, maybe trying to bait someone and get an early frag so they can fight back as a dry push.
I mean, sadly, it was the correct decision, but by ipso facto of just leaving it a little longer than they needed to, it kind of ended up being the wrong decision. I mean, if they went in there immediately, if the call came out as soon as possible, just push without me, it doesn't matter that I'm down, and they went with the Uber straight off the bat, then maybe they could have actually made that work there. But because they went in just dilly-dally for a little bit, then if we'll actually be countered with Bab's Uber. So Cadis is now just doing I guess a little fun time of keeping Condom away from that door, just kind of bouncing him around, making sure he can't get out freely, and maybe they can pick him off.
Let's take a bet. Do you think he will get him?
Let's see how he's positioned. Well, his head is currently eating a lot of concrete right now, so it's not looking too good. Can I... Oh, I can't see the ammo counter on
I don't think
Cadis
he will
right
get
now.
him.
No, I think he'll just squeeze in. I think you might get Zen. I think Zen is a goner.
Maybe.
But I think Condom will get out, unless you've got Salentes.
Oh
yeah, Salentes is right.
He actually gets him, gets Condom, nice play from Cadis, and they get Zen as well, so this is surely going to be a replay from Swift. I see Dr. Phil still in lobby, but he could get caught off guard there. No, he's not, but if I'm Lego here, I just want to leave this place.
Back up. They've got 2 players on there. Well, yeah, but Swift throw 5, so they've defended the last point, but again, it's a nice little trade by Lego. They just bought time for that second point, and Dr. Phil, he set up some nice stickies to kind of delay even more time for his team as well. It won't quite defend second outright, but it'll buy some time for those respawners to get set up on mid.
And if my HUD is broken now, but if I remember correctly, Babs is having an Uber HUD because Condom died on this last push, so maybe Swift is willing to take this into mid when they have it. I see Kato is trying to poke onto that lobby, looking for players. He can't quite get anyone, but now he knows what they're holding, and I heard the crispy sound from the Ubercharge in Bab's hands.
I don't know what Polygon was trying to go for there. He kind of went into drop down, maybe trying to chase out the Josh kill, and ends up just getting mincemeat by the meat grinder, and they're holding on to it. They actually have grinded out their own Uber during all that time, but keep in mind, if they keep this mid-red on brackets fighting into their advantage, not only have they got the player advantage right now, they've also got that respawn advantage, even if they do lose some of those players, and this is where the pause happens, so things will carry on.
Nice poke, he just got bad into the end, and Vida, the Ocean Medic, and this is maybe the saving grace for Lego there. Maybe they can make it 3-3. They're not going to wait, they're just going to use that Battalion's backup and push it into last. That's the Lego place right
god, it is a Battalion's backup. It kept Josh alive despite 5 stickies being laid on the entrance there, and I guess that was just enough to tank that initial stickies.
And we had to fight a 2v1 against Zenith and Sorex, both of them fully buffed, and this is the unthinkable has happened. TurboTabs, Lego has tied it up.
Well, Ombrack, this is turning into quite the game. Maybe Lego are kind of showing why that you should fear the Gully Wash, why they picked Gully Wash in the first place, and they're on the back foot, SVIFT. There's probably going to be a bit of maybe some tilting, some kind of screaming matches between these players. Either way, the game must continue, and Sorex will get cleaned up very early by Tiger in that underneath area now, and Drac has actually been spotted out, doesn't even have a chance to kind of contribute to this mid-fight, and Cadis is already crawling all over Lego that are still alive. Dr. Phil opts to just kind of stay in and fight because his medic has gone down, and Cadis will clean him up quite nicely with the stick, so that is a Condom down, a 70% advantage, or probably hitting around 80% by the time Condom is back up. And there you go, they're going to get that second point, lickety split, and I fear for Lego right now in this last push.
This is the second mid, at least, that Lego is getting bullied by one player, one soldier in their own choke, so they have to find a solution there. But we'll have to wait until the Uber is used on Shadow onto Samsung and Polygon. Then he doesn't die, he's getting arrowed by Condom twice, and this should be enough maybe to let Lego hold this forever. But Josh dies as Zenith, and this is looking really dire. Now the double bomb is coming from Tenetes and Polygon. A lot of damage is going onto every player from Lego, and they're all weak, but Sorex is on his own, 30 HP, can he do it? No, he can't, and this is a really nice reaction there from Swift. They didn't let the, get hot heated, and they just, we had 3 rounds in like 5 minutes, guys. We can do it again, so let's just show these nerds what we can do.
Yeah, they played that last very calmly as well. They took out the heavy and the sentry gun and realised they just had to blob up and kind of react to any sort of aggression that was coming in from Lego, because it's Lego, they're going to get aggressive, aren't they? So they found the Josh kill and kind of snowballed it from there. But let's see if they can have a better time on this mid now. Lego Drac is having a slightly better mid, and Dr. Phil actually finds that Silentis kill that was troubling them so much then before, but they do trade a Demoman for it, and Bricado has free reign from this point on, and they just keep rolling over players from that point on. So Demoman are a mighty nice thing to have on these mids, Ombrack.
Yeah, it looked like Kidus, or I don't know, I say Kidus, but maybe not him, but someone needs to find a solution, as in they have to play the midpoint and let Lego get on their side as a blob and like die, and they're just playing the point. Like, it's as if they're pushing the last, except this is the middle point. But this is really effective, and they have 20% ad. They may not really realize it, but Condom left the mid really early and was on his own for quite a long time. But yeah, they're not going to push on this because this is a really small window. We can see like 20% Uber ad lost, but when you're Swift right now and Lego likes to build on momentum, maybe not pushing here is the right call. And Tiger dying is not a bad thing either. He can just come back onto Sniper, and we've seen him working wonders at the start of this map.
Yeah, that Sniper was the cause of, I would say, like the first couple of rounds, so it's not a bad thing to kind of get him on that Sniper again, and there you go, he will take it, he has committed in. Drac will go down, but that's just Roma things, you get a pick, you go in, you try and make something happen, it doesn't always work out, it's a hard life. So they're going to kind of abuse the space that is given to Lego, however, and they're going to go for the forward hold. Dr. Phil's going to get some stickies up and kind of force them at the doors, and hopefully they can just have enough space for them to backtrack into their base and kind of take the kited Uber fight from there. But I'm not
do
sure.
You see that play? Like, they have stickies on main door, so they expect everyone from Sims to go lower lobby, and Josh was just sitting here outside of the small door, ready to force the Uber quickly with nice 2 rockets. So really nice coordination play there from Dr. Phil and Josh. It may not look like much, but this is actually a really nice sync play, and if Swift has decided to go from lower lobby, this could have been a really easy force for Josh.
Cadus, he's been isolated and he's been found, but Polygon actually makes his own little flank and takes out not only Dr. Phil, the rival demo man, but Josh as well, and they're doing their best to kind of like just out-DM them from this point on, but they've managed to get through the cracks and take this fight to last point, and they popped off Lego's Uber, but they haven't popped off the Swift Uber. They're actually just running all the way. What? She died? She dropped to a scout from that range?
I think she got confident that she hadn't used, remember, the first 2 times that were quite ballsy from her, and she thought, I did it 2 times already, maybe I can put it off the 3rd time, and she was already, like, half of her body was hidden behind the wall, so I think that was a fair try here, not to use. And in the end, this isn't gonna cost Swift much more. Like, they're already ahead. Yes, they can't push with the Uber ad, but this shouldn't hurt them much more than that. They have to give up second point, but other than that, I think this is okay. Like, some drops are worse than others, and this one was an okay drop, I think.
Yeah, it goes back to only the good medics drop. Once said by a very good medic. Anyway, so Sorex, he's dropped in from drop down. The rest of Lego are following from all the other doors, and they're going to get this mid for free just by the threat of the Uber charge alone that they haven't quite got yet. They might actually be able to, although it's very small advantage even for Lego standards, so I can't see them going, but I think they're going to try and make do with, oh no, Josh goes down before the Uber actually gets popped onto him, so with him going down, dropped during that Uber, Cadus is actually getting a fat solo, and he's trying to keep these players kind of like bumped in and just still continuing with the fight, but they will weasel their way out and get back to mid, but that's a disastrous Uber for Lego.
I'm pretty sure Josh isn't happy right now, and some yells may have been heard onto Lego's mumble, and this is going to be another reset of the situation. But now it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, and the situation is trying to. The clock is ticking, Lego boys, and if you want to make it to 4-4, you may want to go into action pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is. Even though that the points are on SVIFT right now and they've got the advantages, they probably going to feel pretty happy just about parking the bus here, and this kind of changes the things to Lego where they have to kind of just make something out of nothing, and they're going to expect this SVIFT. You can see they've kind of taken an Uber trade from this choke area, just trying to take the Ubers out of the equation, and then maybe their plays can pay off just a little bit better for Lego from this point on. But I'm kind of scratching my head on Ombrack about what they could do to make this comeback into this midpoint without an Uber.
Well, looks like Josh just want to take it. He's going to field his back. He's just going in deep, but it's been cleaned up by Polygon and Cadis, and this could be the end of Lego's Dream and Gully Wash. Thorex was as well on the backline trickle from Samti, but to no avail, and Lego probably should give this second point, should give up the point, yeah.
Yeah, this is why I don't like scouts going for that drop down on Ombrack. I mean, once you're in, I mean, oh wait, okay, well there's some trading, some random bodies being thrown on this second point, and ooh, Polygon does get a nice little trade onto Zenith, however, and Samzi, man's up, actually gets the kill onto Dr. Phil before Condom can save him with his Uber as well, and Josh is mad, Josh is angry, Josh won't kill, but Josh can't find kill. He will find a point though, but they can have these respawners up for SVIFT, and very...
Did Babs had Uber when she died?
I don't know. I think she didn't. I don't think she had the Uber yet.
Okay, because I looked away for a second, and when I looked back, Lego is finally walking forward. So I'm
actually,
kind of surprised.
I think she might have done. I don't know. I'm at this point. I'm trusting STV stats, but there has been a few 100% Uber drops in this game, so. You're gonna have to
look at the aggression from Lego. Two of their players are in the backline. They're cleaning up Samsi, and maybe they can get Tiger, but no, Tiger is gonna clean up people, and Josh dies as well. No soldiers, no demo, no scouts, only Condom alive, unless you can pull off an amazing player that has never been heard of. Yeah, this is GG, and this is the first map to SVIFT, and what a map this has been.
They had to just kind of go for the suicide push there, and I don't blame them, but they were really banking for their flank to come through there, and it was just Tiger on there. Maybe if they cleaned him up, he was cleaned up quickly, they could maybe spring on SVIFT and kind of turn things around, but even then the time was against them. So it will be a SVIFT map, despite it being a Lego pick, so it's not looking good for the for Denmark Vingda.
Yeah, but like if SVIFT is able to take Lego's map, I'm pretty sure Lego can do the same back. So it's just should be an interesting second map, whatever happens on it. But yeah, what a show! I feel like both teams, they had like their moments. Like I would give 10 minutes of the maps to each of these teams. The 10 first minutes to SVIFT. I said Tiger, maybe that just says it all. And the second 10 minutes to Lego, and then it was kind of more of an even fight. But this first 10 minutes was so impressive from SVIFT.
Yeah, it was. I know the first 10 minutes was very, very impressive, but I think it was even more impressive making the comeback from Lego. Because keep in mind, your morale is probably in the dirt at that point when you're losing these rounds so quickly to a team like SVIFT, who know how to play off their advantages so well. To make that comeback was pretty impressive to see, even though they didn't manage to close it out. So if I was Lego, I wouldn't be too sad about that loss there. I would keep my head held up high for that next process game.
Let's take a look at the logs and see who performed. And Polygon with the fat 10k damage, going 29 for 12. That's actually really impressive from the pocket soldier. And like the 3 top damaging players are the heavy classes from SVIFT. That just as you told, usually Josh is there, up there with a fat BPM, but it looks like he didn't have the game he expected to have.
Yeah, I think it might be the fact that you saw Lego kind of forcing the fights at these chokes a lot as well. So I mean, it's a happy time to be a pocket soldier when the enemy's just running at you. But not to take things away from Polygon, he made some lovely shows of DM where he was on practically no health on Ombrack on some of these fights, and he would still manage to trade against a player that really should have just cleaned up the Polygon kill much earlier. So big credit to him. But I want to give a quick shout out maybe to Cadus, who was having a much nicer time compared to Dr. Phil on that map.
Oh, Dr. Phil, I hadn't realized, but yeah, this is the combat tagger as well, going 33 for 21 with the 4 headshots, pretty much all of them on Condor, if I'm not mistaken. On Condom, I mean, and yeah, and I would give some, like we mentioned, the 10 first minute from SVIFT, and I think a lot of this comes down to Babs as well. Like, remember the time she didn't use, and that allowed her team to just use this hat and push forward. So I feel like everyone from SVIFT, maybe except Samzi that we didn't really see, but everyone from SVIFT had a really, really nice game.
Yeah, I don't think there was anybody kind of falling behind. Everyone was just doing their job quite nicely.
When I say except Samzi, I mean, he still had a really good game, but the others were... Like,
it's hard to be a pocket scout, I suppose. Looking on a winning team, it just looks like your job is being done for you. But there were times on those mids where the scouts really were the strength of SVIFT and just winning those couple of mids in the mid game. So other things I could probably take away from this is maybe Drac wasn't having too hot of a game. Drac is usually one to kind of melt teams on his own on Gully Wash, but I don't know, maybe it's something about having Headmaster Cadus over on SVIFT. Maybe he knows his every move.
Yeah, and 25 deaths for Drac is kind of a high number.
Yeah.
He plays that Roma playstyle with 7 more conservatively, but I guess when you play Lego, it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to playstyle. So
you've just got Josh screaming in your ear, jump, push, jump.
Yeah, so maybe
Banner,
there's some main calling going on here that explains the deaths from Drac.
But yeah, it's a hard nut life. Now, I mean,
and look at the mids. I think that's the stat that says the much about this game.
Production mids. I need mids.
The mids, 6 mids against 2 in favor of SVIFT. I think that's a pretty dominant showing. And I say Josh because he's main colleague, but Lego, the way they play a lot around their momentum and the small edges they have.
Well, I guess that's a mid technically. Okay. Well, we've got points capped by zone over on the production stats, and the conversion rate was actually a lot nicer for Lego. I think there was times that they managed to push them onto the last point. Lego were hitting the stride just a little bit more than SVIFT were, but SVIFT just had so many opportunities, not from just the mids, but these recoveries that they made from second as well. So I guess this isn't one of those tales where if you're not very good at pushing last, it's going to bite you in the ass. So anyway, maybe we're getting up into Gully Wash a bit too much on Ombrack. I mean, this is a playoff game. This does mean it's a best of 3.
Yeah,
and
I think there's a lot to like. This is 3-5 CPs, and so they kind of work the same way. And the way Lego play, I think if they have mid, this is a huge boost to their play style because that means they're in charge of the rhythm of the game. And if they don't have mid, they're kind of behind on the back foot, and this is not the best way for them to play that game. So I think if they want to take this map, they really have to find something on mid to take them and push on the slight edges, because Lego isn't afraid to push on a 5 versus 4 man advantage. This is good enough for them, and usually when you win a mid, you have the number advantage, so that's enough for Lego to push it to last. So maybe I talk a bit too much about mids, but I think that this is really one of the key factors if you want to understand the way Lego plays.
Yeah. It is definitely it's the first step in just getting that snowball going, and it's very hard to kind of like turn things around from that point on. I agree, but now I'm a little bit worried because I was kind of watching your scrims earlier on Ombrack, and maybe at the start of some of these process mids they weren't looking too hot, but as the game got going and they were breaking down these mids on the process warm-ups, they were doing quite nicely on these mids, so I kind of worry for Lego on this process map.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't take into account any games where Ascent is involved, because these guys are really trash players, especially their medics. And
Ombrack, please have some confidence. You're supposed to be my...
Ascent are in NA. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking, but again, I feel like it's really... We can't read too much into PCWs because they are really different, and this is what matters. This is the first mid, and if Lego can get their momentum going, I wouldn't be surprised, maybe not to see them roll, but to get like a really early lead.
Well, my eyes are going to be firmly fixed on both Demomen this mid, Dr. Phil and Kado. Let's see what they can muster up on this second map of our playoff. This is SVIFT versus LEGO, our upper bracket finals, ETF2L Season 28. And the first thing I see on mid is an aggressive Drac. Not a defensive Drac, not a 7 Drac, but a LEGO Drac. And he gets in the face of SVIFT and provides all this room for LEGO to kind of feed off of. And Cadis is trying to hold the line, but the line hits back hard, and Tiger, he just wants to run away.
Oh, Celestis is blocking mid. He's on one versus Zen, but Zen is probably able to win this yet. That was almost a really nice play from Celestis, but I'm not gonna try to boost my ego there, but what did I told you, TurboTabs, mid for LEGO is such more...
What the fuck, TurboTabs, you don't know shit.
It has a much better impact for LEGO than for any other team, and now the Uber is being used really early onto Josh top left. The Uber is being used by Babs as well as a response, and nothing is really done here. And this should be a reset onto the second part, because I don't think SVIFT is foolish enough to push out of this, because one player advantage isn't enough. And I see Tiger onto the NG, he's gonna build a gun, so this is just gonna confirm my statement. They have 2 NGs, guys, this is not allowed. Yeah, Silenters is going NG, Tiger is going Sniper. He feels the aim in his fingers, and I think he has Condom's head locked down onto his hut.
Yeah, oh, Condom is very close as well, if you could see what we could see. And Tiger, he's just trying to kind of find anybody right now. Everyone's just kind of sitting back for LEGO, and he will get picked off, however, by Josh. That's a grand debate coming out from the Irishman. So with Tiger down, that's oh, they've actually opted to go with the heavy weapons guy to kind of make a nice little slow, elongated push about it, but it doesn't help that your heavy is kind of entering the fight with practically no help.
But they get Cadis in the process. That's a really huge pick, and they get Samsy as well. They use the Uber, and now that's finally use a home charge, but maybe if LEGO can take the position, they have a heavy, this should be a way much better after fight, but Tiger just blew away Zen in the heavy weapons guy, and this is another reset. But I like LEGO attempt. They are trying to do something new that almost worked in my eyes, and I mean, trying this, when you're SVIFT, you're like, wait, they tried something really weird, maybe they can do like this again, and you don't really feel safe. And another fight is going on to the second point. Kind of risky from SVIFT, I think, because they don't have the high ground and they decide to come back to the last without leaving any players. But yeah, when you're SVIFT now, you've seen a heavy once. You can't really expect anything from this point moving forward.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird heavy play as well. It's not the traditional everybody Uber in, trade Ubers, and then the heavy comes in after when everyone's like reloading. The heavy kind of went in first. He was the one laying down some damage and kind of forcing people back, trying to get some drops going before the Ubers were being pushed out. And Josh will... I don't think Josh has like the S key on his keyboard. Every time I see an Uber exchange, it's like, do you want to back out, Josh? No, I want to go in. I want to just jump into the nearest person and just like lay as much damage as I can and die.
I don't really know what Josh has in mind right now. Just dying all the time. Is he running a banner? No, he's not. Okay, so he's not wasting anything there, but...
It allows Zen to kind of go back to the respawn queue and...
Oh, do you think he thought that forward and thought, I'm gonna die so Zen can get by?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a...
bigger than mine.
Just kind of throw off the enemy. Usually you expect the player himself to kind of switch out to... or kind of throw in the suicide. So Zen has got a cloak and dagger, so grab some, you know, sandwiches, boys. And... oh, actually, no. He's actually going for this. Oh no. Zenith, have you not watched your Uncle Dane videos? You need to kill the engineer closer to the sentry gun if you want to get the sap off. It's a sad day for 6v6 spies everywhere, so they will get a nice cleanup kills onto...
Condom is so weak. He has to leave right now, and this trade again was kind of questionable. Dr. Phil caught in a awkward position here. Can he leave? Yeah, he finally escaped. Condom dies to Samsy, who just flanked all the way and got the medic, and this never-ending Uber trades where finally went into SVIFT direction right now, and with no meds onto LEGO, this should be an easy mid for a free mid for SVIFT.
Man, SVIFT do like their aggressive scouts, don't they?
Track is inspired. He has 2 people on his back, but he gets finally cleaned up by Tiger, so it doesn't really accomplish much. Kind of makes SVIFT go back.
Oh, Sorex just fed to a nice polygon air shot. So with that kind of 2 players down. That's a free mid practically for them, and they even got an Uber charge as well. Keep in mind, Bams has got that cooking, so they can probably kind of ransack them on this second point. But Condom has something else in store for us on Ombrack. He's got a Kritzkrieg. Ooh.
Interesting decision, because they may as well be locked on their last really quickly, so they will have to try to fight on this last. Josh dies again. I feel like Josh is feeling a lot. I don't know if this is a part of their playstyle and things not working out, or is he just tilted, but yeah, he's dying a lot. And now they're gonna get an Uber on their back with a Chris Hume on 2 Cadus. He dies, and Tiger dies as well. And Polygon, nice prediction sticky here from Dr. Phil. Only Samzy and Babs alive, and this should be a nice free push from Lego, but they have to keep in mind that Babs didn't use a charge, so she's sitting on a nice 100 Uber as, but they have no people onto Swift right now.
Yeah, they've got no players, and I'd imagine they don't want to give up the midpoint. That's where all the nice little what am I trying to say? The respawner advantage comes in, and there you go. They actually will commit in these
really
single
nice
Uber
here.
Salenters. Yeah, they just really want to hold on to that midpoint, and they don't want to give it up, even if it costs their own Uber charge. But Condom's got another Kritzkrieg pumped up, but on the bright side for Swift, they should see this coming. So the Prem players, they know what to do when a Kritz comes out. You can either get in the face of a Kritzkrieg, take out the player that's shooting all the glowy rockets or stickies, or you can just kind of kite that Kritz out. And let's see what they opt to do there.
It's used. Oh, he blew it. He blew the sticky 1 second too early. He could have got Babs around the rock here, but Dr. Phil didn't really have a wall hack yet, so he didn't see the position from the medic. And Zen dies as well. This fight could go from onto either way. People are weak, and Babs is 100. Kate is really nice cleanup from Sorex here, and it's only Samzy and Babs, and they're not gonna get they get forward, so they will be able to fight the Spire. But Condom already has 60% of crits, while Babs only has 80 of her own Uber.
It was looking really good for Swift up until Cadus got launched into the team there, and he was pretty much dead as soon as the scout kind of just found him in his lap. So Swift have got an Uber charge to kind of deal with this incoming Kritzkrieg, and they've sent in the distraction, that's Drag, but instead that was a distraction for their own Uber that they've just popped in with, but it's just Samzy with that Uber, and it's the meat grind is just too strong, and the kite is too even stronger. They've got the Kritzkrieg now, and they could probably use this kind of roll. Oh wait, there's some other little fights actually happening, so they lose some players here and there as I spin my camera away for just 1 second on Ombrack. So they still got this Kritzkrieg there, but they've only got Josh, so they need to hope if they can just have Swift go aggressive, and then Josh can kind of get in close and just really abuse his slash damage.
He's expecting the crit to go from lower long side on lobby on sewers. Look at, he has 8 stickies there, but it's not working. Crit is used, but doesn't get anyone. Polygon dies to a nice pipe from Dr. Phil, and now Tiger is fighting onto the sewers on his own. And then the other bomb from Silentes is coming, it doesn't die. And Babs almost had the Uber, so this should be really bad for Lego soon. Drak in the backline for the Uber onto Babs, really nice play here from Drak, and it allows everyone from Lego to kind of pull back and probably recycle this situation there with another crits ad.
Man, everyone's just taking the fights all over the place on Ombrack. There's like a little skirmish happening in the sewer area, there's a little skirmish happening at Choke. It just seems like nobody wants to blow up in these teams, so it will keep seesawing back and forth. There will be another crits, however, for Condom, like you said, so the eyes are on Dr. Phil right now, see if he can make his magic happen, and he was very close to Babs last time, but close won't cut it if he wants to make...
From Poly and Silentes, but not much. Josh, like that second bomb from Josh, just baited the 2 soldiers into the bombing the choke. Uber is finally used by Dr. Phil, but again, this crits doesn't really hit his targets, and the Bab dies to nice bomb from Drag. I didn't see him coming, and I didn't think Bab saw it either, and not that the heals are up for Sorek just got demolished there. Dr. Phil Scout is such a nice class. Oh, Tiger and Samzy single-handedly salvaging the situation here, and I feel like Lego were kind of stuck onto that crits. Usually you want to use crits as a surprise factor, but once you've been spotted, you're kind of stuck, you know, because it's really easy to play against the crits. And as Phil didn't really hit that first sticky and that first crits, he was kind of doomed to hit or just die, and in the end he just died.
Yeah, some nice plays coming out from Polygon as well. So not only kind of lay out some damage, but keep Dr. Phil distracted. Kind of gave him like a hard target for this crits to be wasted upon. So they find themselves at this last point, Lego, and they're building up a sentry gun in the brand new meta spot. You know, this isn't. Get that old TF2 out of here. We don't plant that on the left-hand side anymore. This is new TF2, and new TF2 gets a kill onto Tiger for free.
Oh, but that Cadus, he knows about that gun. He gets it easily without even committing any health. The family dies. There's no scout onto Swift side. Tiger and TMZ are dead, and the Condom almost out of the Uber, but already some cap time from Cadus. Really smart play here from the English Demoman. Condom almost with his own charge. He finally uses it, and this could be a real crumble here from Swift. Cylinders is caught on rollout. There's no soldiers. Babs is on a roll now. She's getting finally beat up by Tiger, and Kid is died on the backlines. And nice, really nice hold there from Lego. I feel like Samzy and Tiger dying early kind of like doomed their team to fail this push, but the way Lego just hold their position and stay strong, stood strong, was really impressive. And now Josh is leading his team onto the choke area. Cadus is dead, and when there's no demo, you want to go, apparently.
Oh no, the flank is going badly, the choke fights are going badly. It's, maybe they can get this pick onto Babs. Oh no, the Babs pick is going badly. Is anybody going to win a fight for Lego here? Zenith, please. Oh, he got a kill onto Silentes, but he gets cleaned up as well by Kado. So I think that just about went as badly for Lego as it could go there.
Yeah, they're so counting on that aggressive playstyle, or sometimes they get punished, and now the Uber is going bottom left from kind of used early. I guess Bab expected some stickies, but doesn't really does anything because Phil and Drak are dead. Kid is like Zen on heavy, and can Lego hold there. They have two soldiers going in. Babs gets Josh. It's a 3v3 with Tiger on top. He's trying to go for the point. He's getting completely owned by Sorex, and Babs killed herself.
So
yeah, she killed herself so she could have faster respawn.
Wow.
That's understandable, I assume. Maybe she could have escaped, but that's really hard to say. So I'm just gonna.
Sorex was hot on the tail. No
I'm gonna follow her on display, and Condom has a 60 Uber ad there.
Yeah, well, the power of the heavy, ladies and gentlemen, it kind of just kept people still, and once they're still, it made it easy for Sorex to kind of clean up there, lay the meat, and Cadus gets a trap kill on Zenith, and this kind of gives an opportunity for SVIFT to kind of fight back. They haven't got the Uber quite yet for Lego, and they look at all this shared spam.
50 HP, he can escape. Dr. Phil is really quick as well. I feel like if Lego was a bit more patient, maybe, and working more on the Uber ad more than on the number ad, maybe they could something a bit better.
Are you going? Team, there we go, Drak and Josh, the duo, the soldier duo, they're entering from PC, and there you go, the Uber has been popped off, both of these soldiers are left board. Josh.
Up in the air. Can they get her? No, she escaped really served there, and she was kind of launched into the air, but Drak is still in, he finally gets it. Oh, that's so unfortunate, because I feel like Samzy maybe didn't quite got the good read there on the situation, and it's a 3v3 there, but Condom is alive, and it's gonna be another Uber hard day for Lego.
Yeah, it's a really horrible situation to be in as SVIFT, because you want to bunch up and protect your medic as much as possible, but bunching up against two bombing soldiers that are Ubering into you is obviously not a nice play either. So kind of forced into this horrible scenario, and all they had to really do was keep Babs alive, but Drak just managed to find
maybe you yikes incoming for a Condom, because I see Tiger on sniper.
Oh boy. Alright, he's earned himself a first-person camera over on the turbo computer. Tiger, don't let me down! Oh, he almost had the shot onto Condom, but I think it was a body in the way. Maybe you need to get that Machina, Tiger, you know?
Oh, they should take it really quickly onto that. They're going from one, they finally use kind of early there again. No much pressure on them, and they decide to use this Uber. They get polygon in the process, so I think that's okay. They should get to kind of quickly to Bab side, to nice aggression there from Sorex. In case this is another casualty, only Silentes and Samzy alive, but Zenith is the only one here, and I feel like both teams, when they tried to push left, they went from the first one door, and they used really early, even though they had Zenith wins the MG battle there. And if you want to, like, process is probably the hardest last to push on, and getting the Uber on last without using and getting some cap time is really like the first step into that last cap, and I feel like both Condom and Babs shouldn't I've
Oh,
used on that
what?
first
They're
door.
in. They're in. They're on point. Oh my God! Cadis is just blowing up everybody. Oh, that was painful to watch. And you still have a soldier left, but Tiger is there to kind of let Cadis breathe for a moment there. This is why we sticky up the point, Ombrack. This is in case of plays like that, where LEGO just decide to make a random dry push onto the point. Everyone stacked it, like 4 of them. 3 of them instantly died. 2 of them got launched into orbit and probably died on impact. Woo!
Well, at least LEGO got babs in the process, so that's something. And Zen is on sniper against Samzi, and that should be it for this push onto mid from SVIFT. And yeah, I feel like stop pushing on from one when you have a bigger team. I think there are better places to push from. In my eyes.
That was just, I think someone just rolled the dice there. One of those,
yeah,
those little dice with the messages that said like, oh, it's time to make a dry push in. Okay, well, they just kind of went for it. Zenith, he's trying to find a spot that he can just get.
Is bidding really quickly. He's on crits.
Yes.
Or maybe crits on Zen? Maybe? The insta-give?
Oh, go on, laser gun, laser gun.
Crits is used onto
the rail gun.
Dr. Phil, but once again, he can't really get back. She's just hiding behind the fire, and it's really hot. She dodges the spam rockets from Josh as well, and the crits isn't really working out there for LEGO, and the Babs is having a full Uber ad, and this is going to be really hard. She has to be wary of Zen on sniper, but other than that, this could be a really easy push from SVIFT onto that midpoint.
Oh, SVIFT are looking very healthy coming in as a blob there. Drac,
yeah.
Oh wait, that was a surprisingly early pop for Babs to say like all the kind of holds that she was making on Gully was, so I'm surprised that forced around there. But
she was 50 HP. I didn't really quite catch it, but she was 50 HP, so maybe she didn't really want to risk it.
That was Drac's last rocket though.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Alright, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt as Sen is looking for another head. He's trying to redeem himself because he's only really found that one pick onto Samzi early on, but hasn't really found a major pick of note. And they've got the crit streak, so they can maybe set up for a railgun scenario again, but it didn't work too well last time. They went with Doctor. They kind of just flickered between Josh, Dr. Phil, and Zen, and nobody could land their shots. Oh my God, Tiger! He shows Zenith how it's done. He even gets the bonus, Dr. Phil. He gets Josh as well. Somebody kill the man. He's a murderer.
Yeah, again. Oh, the bomb is coming from Drac. He gets 2 rockets onto Babs, and Sorex is there. He gets the frag onto the leg again. I don't know about this one. I feel like the milking onto Drac was a decent play, but I think she saw Sorex coming, and that was maybe a bit too much.
Ombrack, it's the Tiger show right now. Excuse me, we are busy looking at Tiger. There's no need to talk about medics right now. We've got to look at the
well,
Tiger.
get a sniper main in, and not a medic main then.
Alright, wow, cold, okay, well.
This is the second time LEGO is kind of stuck with that crits, and this is the second time this isn't really working out for them, and Condom is up again. Is he still on crits? No, it's back on mid again. I think that's a good call here. Tiger is still on sniper, and looking how he's on fire.
Yeah.
So if I'm LEGO here, I'm really scared.
This is coming down to the wire on Brack. It's really contrasting compared to the Gully Wash match where it was very high round, high intensity, but I mean the intensity is still high, but none of these teams can get around on the board for whatever reason. What is it that's holding both of these teams back, do you reckon?
Well, either these last pushes that I don't really agree with, like going from 1. I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to rant over them again. But other than that, I feel like this is really down to small details, because this is a really how to put it, like there's a lot of things happening in this game. This isn't like a stalemate with nothing happening. This isn't like
is it messy?
Playing. Not messy, it's just like really
action-packed?
Lively. Yeah, lively. Like there's a lot of things happening all the time. Yeah. Because of LEGO mostly, because they have a really aggressive playstyle. But I feel like this is down to these crits from. I feel like LEGO has this more in control than SVIFT, and if not for these like 5 or 7 minutes of crits that didn't really work out, they could have got one runner to the back. And Silentex is trying to go for Phil. He's getting a nice pipe onto his face. Phil surviving with 5 HP, and maybe this is the entry pick LEGO needed to go into mid. And it looks like Josh agrees with me.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind Tiger's still breathing and he wants to find that pick on somebody. He's opting for a scout right now because he knows that those players aren't been buffed and Drak gets killed by the Kato stickies. Very well read by Kato, can't help but think that that was a 7 mind trick there. But yeah, it's just all down to Tiger right now. That's what Swift are banking on, and he was doing well, so I can see why they want to wait for the Tiger pick, but you can't seem to find anybody that either doesn't have a buff or...
Tiger is picking from...
Oh, there we go, gets Dr. Phil. So that is a nice pick for him to
Condom picked there for second, and Tiger Uber is finally used by Condom. This is a really good Uber there from Lego. It could be a single Uber there from Cicadas, but no. Sam's is flashing. Josh dies in the process. Condom is hiding onto the lobby area, but this should be a free fire here from Lego for Swift, unless Drak gets Samsy onto the backlines.
Oh.
Tiger doesn't care. And he's gonna make his way onto the lobby and maybe die. Yeah, Sorix, nice response. You needed to get that sniper down really quickly, otherwise you would have been in grave danger.
Yeah, so they still want to push the line here over on Lego here. I feel like I've said that so many times on Brad, but that's just Lego's style. They just always want to see what they can get away with. They're always pushing these little doorways, seeing what sort of areas they can get for free, and it's doing well for them so far. It has kept things quite even, and Cadus does spot the little trap from Dr. Phil's disarms as well, so one is kind of opened up for business again.
And you mentioned that really aggressive play time from Lego, and you know it's really hard to stay careful all the time. So props to Swift as well. To like they didn't really drift out of this game, and it's really hard to keep that focus going for 30 minutes against a really aggressive team. It's easier when you have to hold a bit, so you can like, you know, take a breath and think a bit. But here, when you have Lego against you, you can't really wait, and this is a pause, so we can wait. But wow, yeah, I feel timing. Like both these teams, this is some really strong TF2 here.
Yeah, I mean that's one way to calm down Lego. How do we make them just sit still for one moment?
I don't want to read into future here, but so there's a pause 1 minute and 30 seconds into the future, right?
Oh right, you're gonna say I know what I'm reading your mind on, right? You're gonna think that Lego lost the round.
When do you pause a game?
At the start of a new round.
There are things such as tactical pause, right?
I guess.
So what if one of the teams just lost a round and asked for a pause so they could like think of a new strategy really quickly so they could get back into that game?
Yeah, it could be that. I mean, I'm not sure if
that's my bet.
I'm not sure if tactical pauses are. I mean, once upon a time, I'm sure people didn't really think that tactical pauses were nice. Like part of the charm or skill of TF2 was to kind of think on the go while the action was unfolding. So pausing just for tactics kind of seems to take it away a little bit. But people just used to lie on Ombrack. They used to be like, "Oh no, my mouse broke again."
My mom is in my room. Can we pause, guys?
Oh
like,
no!
Honestly, I gotta get some coffee.
Yeah. So I think just from all that bother in the past, they've just went, okay, you can have your tactical pause, you can have any pause, whatever.
Yeah, I feel I'm kind of certain that some brain cogs are working right now, trying to figure out a way. And it can be easy to say Swift is pushing glass, so they may have been the one team that capped. But considering how fast-paced this game is, I wouldn't be surprised that Lego actually won the round and Cadis is asking for... Because I don't see Lego asking for a pause to think of something. Because their overall game plan is push. Like, you don't really have to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is not going to have a conversation with himself during the pause.
Yeah, that doesn't look like him.
So, but you've got all these thinking heads, these different minds, these different players over on Swift that, ever since Ali left, they haven't really got the captain role solidified. So I'm guessing everyone is on a same sort of plane of hierarchy here, so maybe they're all kind of just having a good little chat or banter about how they should play things, and there you go, yep, you're correct, the pause has been undone, and let's see what happens if it truly is just a broken mouse or if it really was a tactical pause after
or maybe this is just a timed out and we're just babbling about random retarded
yeah, but that's
things.
not fun to talk about, Ombrack.
Chat, are you entertained?
Are you not entertained?
And are you entertained? There's a gun! I love guns! It's really fast-paced TF2. I love snipers. You can push when you have a sniper. This is my favorite play.
Now, Ombrack. This is methodical TF2. This is the meta of the age, okay? You're gonna have to like it.
This is memes. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I'm not even good at it.
Alright, well, Zenith, he's got a nice little pet project right now, just building up a nice Iron Man suit for Condom.
Going for the hero play! But it gets cleaned out, but he tried to go for Condom, and oh, nice play from Silentus. He just popped into that lobby door and shot 2 rockets at Condom. Wasn't really expected him to come, and now Babs is gonna have the Uberhand, and this could be the round we've been talking about, TurboTabs.
Now, you know, pardon me for a moment there, but I'm pretty sure the old sentry gun wouldn't let that sort of kill happen. Force happen. That sentry gun is way too close to the door. It doesn't even have time to lock onto the enemy before he gets that force out of Condom. All right.
Oh, they just crashed apparently, so that's why they paused. Okay, so maybe no round, but Babs still had the Uber while Condom doesn't. But again, this is the hardest class to push on. Even
Tiger. Oh, he goes down.
Yeah, this is a reset.
Well, okay. Well, Uber in. It's an Uber in. So I've got with Condom lacking an Uber, it is a kind of a decent time to push in. And yeah, they're all weak from just all the stickies, the sentry gun, the kind of clapback from Lego as well, and they're still chasing this. You see scouts are opting in. Josh is, you know,
how is
doing
Lego
Josh
pushing that? That's insane. That's insane. They have no advantage whatsoever unless the damage they've done during the Uber trade, and they're pushing out of this. This is so well played.
This is
Amino.
2014 TF2. They're playing off damage.
Oh, Josh! He's going so deep without charge, but Babs is getting boosted out of the side by the scout, and 2 frags going no flank from Swift, and they could very well let 1 scout cap and try to force the med, but they decide to play more cautiously. It's like 5 minutes remaining, and they're going to wait for Swift to commit that Uber, or are they?
Yeah, well, they could just wait 2 minutes, see if Josh starts like wriggling too much. It's like, I've stood still for too long, I need to jump in. But, I mean, I'm sure even Josh can compose himself by the time Condom gets his Uber up, and they've got Tiger on Sniper. That just seems to be the be-all or end-all of these problem-solving over on Swift. If Tiger can find the heads, it's all good. But if Tiger can't find any heads, there's a lot of wasted time for Swift.
Is there?
Is there?
Starting to yeah, I'm just gonna use questions now. Can Dr. Phil spam it? Is there any time left for Swift to come back into that game?
Can Did
Drac really needed to do that? He tried to go for Babs and got 1 rocket into the Medic, but eventually that wasn't enough. And now with 1 player down, maybe they can try to make something happen. I feel like Tigers want to go from sewers, and he knows that Condom is trying to hold onto that roof. He's going to ask for someone to open that door and try to go for Condom. This is exactly what's happening, but they can't get the shot to Condom. And that was quite lucky, but really nice play there, like try, at least from Tiger.
Well, that wasn't a question, but okay.
It was a really long one. Why did he miss?
Well, what are they going to do now? Why is Dr. Phil just gone down? Why is Tiger just so good on the Sniper? And what is Lego to do without their demo man?
The bomb is coming from Polygon. He's trying to go for Connor, but he can't really do much, and he falls back quite quickly. Babs getting damaged. Oh, she almost dropped there, but she finally uses Huber. Polygon dies into that trade, and this could go really well for Lego, considering there's a sniper. Cadus just jumped out, and Byron's backup is from Josh, and they could as well take it to last. He still has the trumpet into his hands, and there's only 3 people up onto Swift. Lego is going to push this last. Cadus is taking up away. There's no stickies for... What? You interrupted me. I'm lost.
Josh? I was just like, Josh has entered in by himself. He kind of used the horn, and there was nobody backing him up, and he just entered the fight on his own.
Dr. Phil!
It's just Dr. Phil, though. He's not landing any pipes on Ombrack. Okay, well, the scout is still alive. Sorex, but he just spotted 3 players sat on the point, and he's like, well, I'm a scout. I can't kill all those players by myself. It just seems so strange. Josh had this nice buff banner, and you know what the cool thing about the buff banner is, Ombrack? Teammates can use it. Teammates can use it.
I don't know. Maybe you interrupting me. You also interrupted Lego's push, so I'm gonna blame TurboTabs on this one.
Wow, wow. I was just questioning. Okay, I was just going back to your question.
No more question.
I was just like, Josh.
Is question really a good way to cast a game?
This is question time.
And this is good. Okay, let's get serious back a bit more. This is another stalemate here. Ubers are the same. No Tiger on Sniper this time. So here, when you're Swift, you can't really push out of this because failing would probably mean losing the map, whereas when you're Lego, you have a bit more room to work with. Is Josh still running the balance backup? Yeah, he is, but he surely doesn't quite have it yet, so...
Yeah, he's not really standing close to the chokes at all, so he's not really building it. So it doesn't look like that's the way they want to make this work. They actually throw Drac in, and Drac will actually get... Oh, okay, I did say he would get out, but he manages to get Kratos.
2 down, whoa, that's really grim now for Lego. Even though Ubers are the same, they kind of letting Swift going in. Uber is used from... Oh, the rocket from Polygon just there! That was insane! Uber is finally used by Bab. Dr. Phil is trying to go for the backline, but there's not much more he can do. He killed himself. Econom is dead as well, and this is looking super grim for Lego now. They could lose this out of a poor trade. And
Drac, Sorex, and well, they kind of enter the fight. They get a trade onto Silentes, but a bit optimistic to think a scout and a soldier can clean up an entire team on their own without buffs. Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, this is looking really grim now. Babs has a 30% Uber ad. He has 1 minute and 20 seconds. This is more than enough to build an Uber and to push with the ad. And Josh knows about it. He's trying to go forward, so Swift isn't really in a driving seat. Because now the seat Lego is in, it's the hot seat. It's the seat you don't want to be in.
Yep. I think they have taught themselves out of winning this round, and now they're just fighting for this to be a golden cap at this point. And the Uber comes in. Cadis takes a full brunt of this Uber.
Uber is used, but not only they only get the gun, and Condom only has his own Uber charge. Now when you're Lego, you only want to hold this and don't lose. They get to, oh, it's a crit from Condom, and the Uber crit from
Laser beam!
This is havoc. He has 4 people. That's insane. And this is the saving grace for Lego. There's no time. There's no way they can push back to Swift's last. But this crits from Zen. This is a really hard earned golden cap. But what a game! Again, what a map this has been.
There's still 20 seconds left, and they're pushing in. They can't possibly think they can still make a round of this. Well, they're capping mid, but there's a back cap coming out from, I think it's Cadis there.
Yeah.
And Cadis might actually cap this out ahead of time. And oh my god, he actually gets the kill onto Dr. Phil. There's 7 seconds left. Oh, Sorex does find him, however, but they made a go of it, Lego. And god, what a little like strat to pull out. They got the crit streak and they applied the heavy weapons to it. And there's not many times we get to see the laser beams.
The laser beam TurboTabs. That was insane. I was really surprised. I thought Condom was on the regular Uber. But how? What a surprise this was, and what a game! This is so close!
Wow. Going into a golden cap Ombrack against, this was SVIFT's pick, keep in mind as well. It seems both of these teams don't know what to pick against each other. But, yeah, they just seem to thrive off of the wire, Lego, and you can't help but feel that maybe they can make a go of it. They brought it very close with Low Panda in the last playoff game, so... They are one for making these go down to the 3rd map. But how about you, Ombrack? Who do you think is going to win this golden cap?
Oh, it's so hard to tell. Again, taking a quick glimpse at the logs, we can see that Cadus, again, had a really good game. So did Silentes. Again, the 3 top damaging players are from Swift, with only Josh scrapping his spot into the top 5. Rocket, lol. But other than that, it's really hard to tell who's going to win. But you mentioned the other playoff games. Every game in the playoff series has been so close so far. Swift, Lego versus Low Panda, 3 maps, 1 golden cap. Swift versus Ascent, 3 maps, 1 golden cap. Low Panda versus Ascent, 2 maps, 1 golden cap. And this is going to be 2 maps at least and 1 golden cap. This is so close, and this is really, and this is actually really good TF2. So these playoffs are really good premium TF2 here.
Premium TF2. We're putting the premium in Premiership, and I've got another little stat tidbit for you, Ombrack, while we're kind of waiting for this golden cap to start. I did a little quick head count on the how big of an impact winning the upper bracket final is for, at least statistically, you know, for usually teams that go on to win it all. And 3 out of 4 teams that win the upper bracket game go on to win the whole shebang. So
I mean, Lego, he's on the as the edge here.
If basically whoever wins this upper bracket final.
Oh, this one. I thought you mentioned really first game. Okay,
oh,
so,
no. I'm talking about just the whole thing. So, well, yeah, but...
Well, when you win this one in the grand final, you only have to win 2 maps, when the other finalist has to win 3. So, yeah, that's a pretty big advantage.
I know, it's not
What
always
is this
been like
stat,
that, though.
What does it tell us?
What does it tell you? It tells you that usually...
Does it tell me who's going to win this golden cap? I don't think so.
It tells you that it's 3 out of 4 times that this goal... I don't know. I just had this stat written down and I really wanted to crowbar it in there,
Do you
know?
know that 90% of the time the laser beams have been seen? A heavy has been involved.
Wow. Spooky. Wait, what's the 10% times?
NG.
Crit
pistol.
Of course, the crit pistol. In 6v6. Recorded in Prem. Okay. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of show the gravity of this upper bracket final, you know? Maybe some people can kind of just brush this off like, oh, well, nobody gets eliminated. Maybe it's not the most...
TurboTabs, we're going!
Oh my god,
Maybe onto a third map, I really hope so, considering what we've seen so far. And let's take a look at these charges. I see Bads running the regular Medigan, and I don't see Condom because...
Yeah, Condom has regular as well.
Okay, so this could all go down onto this one mid.
Alright, let's see what they can cook up on this mid, and I'm going to pay attention to these demo men. They're the one that's probably going to start opening things up. It's the scouts
Everyone
over on Lego. That's opening things up. Oh no, they're on the back foot. So they can chase here. There's 2 scouts left. They can maybe make a turn of this, but there you go. The backup team has actually finally arrived for Lego, and that suicide from Tiger may have looked a bit strange, but he was buying time for his medic and his scout.
Lego is going for it. They're going into house. They're going to take every advantage they can have. They're already on the point. But that doesn't have This is not a rocket. They're saving it. They've got the point. What a round. This is insane.
That was so quick to say nobody capped a round in the first game.
How did they cap?
They just basically they were all looking at Drac. They were all looking at Drac on Ombrack. They were like, "Oh no, there's this terrifying roaming soldier and scout trying to threaten my medic." And whilst they were capping second, Josh, laid down a towel. He put up a picnic basket. He set up camp on that last point. And as soon as the second point was capping, he was capping that last point. And
that was 99% Uber. That was the sliver of Uber before you push. Oh, that was insane. And
even then, I think if they popped it off, they wouldn't have had time to get onto the point.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But remember when before this very map, I told you that Lego is really dependent on their mids, and when they win mid, they push on every advantage they have. If this isn't just like the showing of this, I don't know what is. They pushed on a 5v3 on the premises that people were on the spawn doors from SWIFT. It wouldn't be allowed to able to contest the point in time. This is like the slightest ad you can play on, and they made it work.
I just want to give a salute to those scouts over on Lego. Zenith, Sorex, they were the ones that denied that soldier aggression from SVIFT, and from there you could tell the mood, the atmosphere changed on back. When you saw both of those soldiers just plop on the floor with such low health, everyone could tell what was going to happen. SVIFT knew what was going to happen, Lego knew what was going to happen, you and I knew what was going to happen, and we didn't...
Incredible. And in chat I see that both Josh and Drac was the one who capped, but both of them are saying they thought they were Ubered, but yet they capped. This is really like a millisecond of non-being Ubered that allowed them to push, and this is how important it is to focus the cap time, especially on this last when you want to cap it, because this is pretty much one on the only way you can have to just cap it without really, I don't know, this. I'm out of words. This was incredible. This whole series so far is amazing.
Yeah, the fact that I think with Kado going down on that mid as well, and he was just spent such a long time respawning. Before they kind of dealt with that because Kado's just blew up the point, claimed 3 kills in an instant. But this time they didn't have any Kado insurance, so it was just an easy cap for both the soldiers.
No, we haven't even seen the logs from the Golden Cap, but I don't think there's much more to say. You mentioned Zenith and Sorex doing an amazing job.
Oh, yes.
That follow-up, that was incredible. Well,
I mean, I like to I think we play maybe in TF2 in general now. We look at logs maybe a bit too closely.
Yeah.
And Golden Cap is a grand example of like the logs not mattering. I mean, it's just usually who kind of like turns up in a way on some of these mids, and sometimes someone can make
especially
like a very...
when it lasts this short. Like what can you read from the logs lasting 1 minute, less than 1 minute?
Pretty much everyone will just have like one death on the losing team, and everyone else will have one kill on the winning team. All right. Well,
incredible.
We're actually coming. It's Snakewater, baby.
It's gonna be nuts. You remember at the start of this cast, you told me I felt a little bit tired. Yeah,
yep. The hype is flowing through you now.
100% in now.
We need to just collect this TF2 hype and just bottle it up. We'll make a fortune on the high street. Sell it as like a anti-sleep medication. Anyway, we've got Snakewater coming up, Ombrack, and what can you tell me about Snakewater? Who do you think is feeling good coming into the Snakewater map?
I think Lego.
Interesting.
They played this one during the regular season, right?
Correct. Yes.
I don't remember who took it. I think
it was SVIFT.
SVIFT, right? But so
I mean, a lot has changed since week 5, though.
Yeah, there are 2 things that I would mention before we get into that game. That don't just close your browser, guys. This is gonna be insane. But I think there's 2 things that matters here. The first thing is that on this map, SVIFT is really weak against double bombing soldiers. That's how we played them with Ascent against them, and we won all the mids by just going forward with 2 soldiers because we knew that was really one way to counter them. And the other thing I would say is that I know Cadus, this isn't Cadus' favorite map, and on mids, it feels like there's not much he can do.
Yeah.
So when you combine these 2 things, the fact that Lego like to play aggressive, so that's 3 things. Lego likes to play aggressive. SVIFT is kind of weak to the double bombing soldier, my bad, onto this map, and that Cadus isn't really... That's not to say he's bad on this map, but that's far from his best, and he doesn't really enjoy it.
And plus, he is murking, keeping in mind. He's already out of his comfort zone, so playing on Snakewater as well is going to be even further out of his comfort zone.
And that Lego, again, mids, if the mids goes in favor of Lego, they could make it into a round really, really easy, more easily than any other team. So, this whole series has been really unpredictable so far, but if I'm going to risk myself to try and predict what's going to happen, I think the mids are going to go in favor of Lego, and they're going to be the one in control of this game. Not to say they are going to win it, but if before the game starts one team is feeling more confident, this is Lego, and obviously like taking the psychological aspect into consideration, when you've won the Golden Cap in such a fashion, you've taken the edge over the other team, obviously. So I think that every factor right now is going in Lego's way.
Oh damn, Ombrack. Are you sure we shouldn't close our browsers? It sounds pretty dominant for Lego. There must be some silver lining for SVIFT here. Who do you think is going to kind of turn this around for them?
Well, Tiger had a really good... all I'm saying, SVIFT is perfectly able to just don't give a crap about all I said. Like, they could say, I'm bad, I have really bad understanding of the game, and they could show off and just completely obliterate Lego. And this is a thing that could really happen, considering how the map went. But...
What about that... Yeah, what about that Tiger sniper, though? Maybe that's like an avenue that can come back into it, because the guy's been pretty hot. Yeah,
but I think, considering how mids are important, I think this is going to be a bit more on Tiger and Samzy playing scout than sniper on this one.
Oh, of course.
Of course, there's going to be stalemates where Tiger will be able to show up, but if SVIFT is able to take this map, I think this is going to be onto Tiger's back and his ability to meet out people, and we all know he can do that really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you just look at his last season alone, you know that a Tiger scout on point is one of the most disgusting things I've seen in this game. So my eyes will be firmly fixed on these scouts for SVIFT, while over on the other side, Lego, my eyes are fixed on Josh and Drac. Again, leading into that double bomb prediction that you were talking about, and I feel like Josh has been kind of playing aggressive all throughout the match as well, so I doubt he's going to stop now.
Yeah, but I've talked about double bombing soldiers.
Yeah.
This is what we do with Ascent against what we've done, but because we were ready to play like this. Now they're playing with Drac, So and Drac is known for his bombing. Like he's really good at this, but this is not what he's really famous for. He's a really amazing roamer, but not in the regular roaming style you can imagine. I think he developed like his own way of playing the game. There is like above head and shoulders above everyone else.
It's more of that solid roamer, the one that does all those extra things of a roamer extremely well.
That doesn't really die much, but that does so much. So
like, there's not really a game. There's not really a game where you're going to lose because of Drac. Yeah. Drac is never the reason you're going to lose.
There are many games you're going to win because of him. But all in all, just to say that the double bombing soldiers, it could be an option, but maybe this isn't how LEGO is going to approach this game, solely on the fact that this may not be the Drac's way to play mids on Snake Water.
Well, anyway, maybe we should take the limelight just away from some other people right now. Let's have a look at some of these other players that have impressed us so far, and Polygon is one of those names for me, Ombrack. I feel like the guy has stepped it up for this match, and he has kind of shown that in that first game anyway. SVIFT are a mighty force, and who knows, maybe he might get some strong soldier mids of his own.
Yeah, because they can do the double bomb as well, Silentus and I think it's really impossible to call out someone on this game. Everyone has had his moments. Like the only one that kind of feels a slightly under would be no, I would say Sam. I mean, as a damaging classes would be maybe Samzy, but maybe that.
I think it's just because the way that Samzy plays.
That could just be because my memory fails me. So.
I don't know. I mean, you need to think back to all those chases, though, that Samzy did.
Yeah, exactly. I just remember him chasing Kondong onto that ITN process that just saved Swift at some point. So,
actually, I'm having a quick think back on Brack, and I think probably the only one that can really step it up for both of these teams is maybe the medics. Like there's been a couple of drops here and there. I wouldn't say there's been any solid performances on medic, but. I know. What's your opinion? You're a medic main yourself. You should be able to call it better than anybody.
I felt like the Meds played really well.
Well, I would just shut up then.
Maybe that crits if Condom, who is the one who made that crit score, maybe that wasn't the best one the second time because the first time went kind of poorly. But other than that, again, in my eyes, this has really been premium TF2. Like maybe the best we've seen so far in this season. So like props to both of the teams so far, and I think everyone will have his own maybe lacking players. Like yours were gonna be the medics, me it's gonna be maybe Samzy, but even I'm not convinced by what I'm saying.
Well, it's time to get into it, Ombrack. It is our final map of the ETF2L Season 28 Upper Bracket Final, SVIFT versus LEGO. It's Snake Water, baby, and the first thing I'm seeing on this mid is kind of a calm mid so far. Nobody's jumping straight out of the gun for either of these teams, and surprise, LEGO want to take things slow. There we go. Now the a bomb going in, and Drac is very cool, calm, and collected, but Polygon and Silentus strike back even harder. They get the pick up the demo man pick.
He got airshot by Josh and just Crater. Kind of unlucky here. Mid is going. Oh, Scout.
Oh no, it's two Scout.
This is for LEGO every day of the week.
SVIFT, good night, SVIFT. Scouts, please, just do your scout thing. Hello.
Hit people.
Yeah, just go in. Use the W key. I know you've got one. There you go.
They fought the Uber. Condom doesn't even have to. Yeah, Scout OP. Just class limit 1 now, please.
Yeah, and well, both the scouts have turned up. Oh wow, nice little focus fire coming out from Samzy and Tiger there that entered in there without like a buff or anything. But all wait, flank around from Tiger. He gets the demo man kill and Dr. Phil down. That's going to put a shunt on this push out, but it is Josh after all. He's going to be like, I've got an Uber, I've got myself alive, I'm going to push. So he creates some space for his team. They're capping up second right now. Condom kind of plays back a bit, just expecting some sort of kind of bomb. Very, very nicely played from Condom there to kind of expect that, even though it never came out.
Samzy's spawning a sniper, not Tiger. And the Uber is used underneath. Silentus launched into the air. Polygon really weak. Is the first casualty onto that push. Now it's time to focus maybe the cap. Silentus dies as well. No soldiers. Maybe the first round here, but Tiger and Samzy is playing the point perfectly. But they can't do much against the other scouts who are buffed. This is the first round to LEGO. I want to say my prediction stand correct so far. But again, once again, this has been really, really close. And the scouts from from Lego have stepped up and getting their team the first rounds.
Yeah. I think by the fact that the scouts really focused on keeping themselves alive on that last mid really won them the mid. So we'll see if that's the game plan again for Lego on this second mid of Snakewater. Now, we did see a kind of a delayed jump from Drac and Josh, and they have actually, Drac has been like neutralized and he's been pushed back. And God, look at the difference! There's so much damage that's been pushed out onto Lego.
1 HP survived. He's getting chased by Samsey. Really nice follow-up play that by the German scout. Zen is finally retaliating with another frag, but this mid is going in favor of Swift. And this is just what we've seen so far. One team taking the lead, the other team just respawning right away. And the Ubers are going to be the same. And this could be the first stalemate of this map, so we're going to see what Samsey decides to do. Maybe he could spawn a sniper. No, he decides to come back as scout. And I don't... Is Lego going to wait? This isn't really like them. And this is going to be interesting to see what they do. I don't know if Josh dies, so if he didn't, he may have his battalions back up really quickly.
Yep, so I'm pretty sure he died on that fight. Like, it was just, I think, a scout and a soldier left alive for that end of the fight. So they're trying to make this push from grass happen over on SVIFT, and they're really forcing it, but Dr. Phil is getting in the face and just kind of really hugging these this grass area to kind of get these chokes locked down. Polygon kind of shows himself, seeing if he can go aggressive onto Dr. Phil, but he's got way too much overheal onto him, so he's not in any real danger. Condom does get a little bit of hate from that bomb, but it's a calculated play from SVIFT. They just want to kind of throw in somebody in there, give it a good old shot, and they could maybe get a respawner. I mean, a respawner.
No, they're not going for it. They just want to go do the cookie cutter lineup right now. They usually go for an off-class. This Silentes is the one dying onto the bomb, but this one it was Polygon. So like if I'm Lego, I wouldn't even bother checking for classes because this isn't gonna happen. Looks like Swift is trying to gun their way out onto that green area, but only one scarf is in, and Silentes dies to Josh. Really nice pick, and this, knowing Lego, this could be the entry pick they needed. There's no stickies onto the catwalk, so maybe this could be their way into that mid.
Yeah, but you got Polygon kind of hovering over catwalk as well, making sure that no door is given away.
You think Josh cares?
Do you think he cares? But I don't know. He's got a a battalion's backup, so he's got a not caring button, you know, armed basically. But I'm surprised he hasn't pushed out with it. They will throw in Drac, or Drac goes down. Actually, I didn't quite catch what happened to Drac there, but I'd imagine it was just a little bomb in to kind of ease the tide of the stalemate. Oh, they're making a play over on SVIFT. They've got Silentes sort of in behind. He's on top of Condom. Condom doesn't see him and he pops.
I think he just lost the eyesight onto Silentes and decided to use. And I mean, Silentes was just above him, so one direct rocket would have killed him. But I feel like not the best play here from Condom. And but it happens. It's really hard to stay focused. These gamers have been playing really intense F2 for a long time, so mistakes are bound to happen. I've heard a balance backup.
The defensive battalion's backup, yeah. Tiger comes in to kind of poke him to actually force him to let go of the battalion's backup, and they're making this push from grass. Keep in mind they've got this Uber charge Ombrack, so they can still keep this slow push going. Babs has got nobody to Uber though. There we go. Tiger's going to rejoin in, and
Cadis
kind of, oh no, Cadis gets launched forward, but Dr. Phil does get picked off as well.
No, Drac is dead as well, so now it's 4v4 and they're stuck into the lobby. But if Drac had survived, maybe they could have pushed back in. Now they're sitting with a 90% Uber ad. Are they willing to try and push it? I mean, the stakes are getting higher and higher, and you really don't want to lose around here. And that does a lot of time. And Josh is Josh, so maybe his Irish brain will tell him to push, even though reason would say hold for everyone else in the world. And it looks like the people is winning against Josh right now because they're not.
Oh no, Dr. Phil! He gets
really
picked
nice
off by
there.
Silentes in lower. Oh,
didn't respect him at all. He just walked over his face and said, "I'm just gonna get you." And Zenith has the gun. This is the testimony. They're not gonna try and push.
Wow. Silentes tried again not to show no respect, but Josh shows him why he should show some respect. Tiger will get picked off as well, kind of poking in, but they've got a sentry gun on the last Ombrack. I don't think the scout's going to weasel his way in and do anything right now.
Okay, this dies to Drac. The 7 duel went in favor of the Roamer, and now Josh is willing to take this fight going on to that second point. They had the high ground, they brought the DLC apparently.
Really?
And they're not going in.
Hello?
Oh, this isn't Lego-like, but okay, I respect it. But this is really playing against their own nature. I feel like. Okay, does that even make sense? I think it does.
I was very surprised. Yeah, they got the pick, and it looked like all the health was pretty good. Maybe they were worried about a back cap going, perhaps.
I don't know.
That's the only logical explanation I can see.
Maybe the pressure is starting to get to them. That would be once again understandable. No off classes again onto Swift. I'm kind of surprised here because I saw Tiger and Silentus. Both of them died at some point, so they could have went for the off class, but they're happy to stay with a regular lineup here. The balance backup is used from Josh. Maybe they want to take a trade, try to force the Uber out of bats without using their own charge, but he's just sitting here with his trumpet. Are they trying to start an orchestra?
Maybe they're trying to. It just seems kind of strange, but the weakness of a battalion's backup is if you want to make a push of it, it gets signaled like very clearly. So when Josh kind of popped that off, it probably just made
it's kind of
Swift.
stuck.
Yeah, Swift go back in line.
Silentus! He's going in! Oh, he almost got a rocket, but he got denied by Sorex. Really nice play ahead from the Italian scout. He just stayed vigilant all the time. And I've noticed the sticky trap from Peters.
Man.
Just there, above Josh's head. So
Josh is still holding on to that trumpet, by the way. His right finger must be killing him at this point, holding that button down. He's just staring at them.
Yeah, there's not much more he can do. I feel like he kind of regrets having used his banner just for the logs. He can't form logs anymore.
Is there no fancy way to actually cancel it? Like, there must be.
No, you can't. But
oh man.
I think the only way would be like to change
class.
Yeah, but that would reset.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pointless.
You don't want that to happen, so you're just there, and yeah, Silentus is going for it. Finally released.
Oh wow, it didn't even hit the ground.
The banner, because he had to kill Silentus with a nice direct into the air.
Drac is in, and Drac is out.
Yeah.
Well, so we've had some very nice speedy TF2 in the past two games.
Spy. I was expecting that. I'm really happy to see that happen. And now when you're Lego, you should expect him because Silentus, when he dies, he does spy a lot.
Yeah, he is the off-classer for the team, really.
Yeah, him and Tiger, but it's really like cold off-classes. You know, if Tiger dies, he may go sniper, and you know if Silentus dies, he can go spy. So
yeah, let's see.
I would really be surprised if Condom drops here, unless nice sync play from Swift. But when you're Swift right now, there's not much more you can do and try because it's not. You can't do much more than what you've tried already without off classes.
Well,
and Zenith, look at Zenith. It's just they're staying on the truck, so a spy and cloaking wouldn't be able to go to Condom unless Zenith decide not to tell, just to trick his meeting.
Usually in scenarios like this, I know that spies like to go for like a Devilman pick instead, because usually they're the last ones thinking about a spy. Anything so? Oh, he actually get the pick here, and oh no, he actually backs off past Silentus and isn't able to get the stab off onto him.
Polygon died as well, trying to make a distraction, and Drac, I assume, tried to go for Babs, but not much more he can do. It's really hard stalemate to break here, and maybe this won't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the timer go down to zero, and gonna see another mid, which would really be a good play for Lego, considering they're winning and mids are one of their strong assets.
Yeah, they do have 9 minutes though to do that though.
On fire. They won't expect it twice in a row.
Yeah, he's learned from the Bear Sideshow, is channeling all of his lessons, and I mean, if you're Silentus at this point, maybe you might want to cut your losses and just go for a different pick.
They trade.
Oh, they trade.
But Condom again. Why I said Condom, please?
Because Condom, I think he played in the last game you were playing against.
Yeah, but no, these nicknames are way too similar. But that was lucky because Condom got juggled into the ground.
Condom! Oh, he turns around in time. Back check on that.
But it's really weak. Maybe Swift can try to push on this damage, but no, it's really tight. And then unless you have an ESP or the Solemn Bow, you can't really go on this. Yeah, I'm also making weird references to weapons we can't even use. That's how good I am. But again,
you should be like Prem or something.
Yeah, maybe first off Prem. I don't know. So now Babs as the hat, do they know about it? This is the big question here. Because if they look like they know, like the way they play, I think Cadus knows he wants to take it. Maybe.
Well, they're kind of wasting time though.
Are they going? Oh, he knows
in.
Josh is weak, he's going to go early. Oh, Kodo! He got it like once. half a second later, and Josh would have been dead, but he gets it, and this is gonna be another reset. Cadence dies.
No.
He tries to jump forward, and Dr. Phil dies as well. So no demo on either side. Tiger is another casualty here, and Silent says, "Okay, this is gonna be a repush for Lego." The balance backup issues from Josh. They can't go really quickly onto that point. Polygon can't do much more. He has to go back. Everyone from Swift has backed out onto the midpoint. And this is finally a new sequence of gameplay. Lego is back on their second point.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And Ubers are even as well. They actually want to make a dry push of it, but Drac has got something to say, and, well, he couldn't say much though. He does get cleaned up rather quickly in the grass area.
Condom 8 HP, he survives. Insane. Zenith is weak, Sorex is weak, everyone is weak onto Lego. That was a really nice push from Swift, out of nothing pretty much, except better spawners, I say.
Oh no, and Dr. Phil's gone down! The Tiger just runs at him, and now they're getting some cat time at the point. They've got an Uber to really keep things like safe.
Condom dies with 99%.
Oh.
So unfortunate, but really nice aggression here from Swift. They knew that if they let Legos set up for last, it would be another really hard stalemate to break, so they decided to just go for it and see what happened. That was kind of lucky considering Condom died at 99, but really strong showing there from Swift, and half the time 1-0, yeah 1-1. This is really tight.
Alright, now my eyes are firmly on Drac in this mid. I feel like the mids have gone well for Lego, or gone horribly for Lego, based on what he does and how he performs. And this time he isn't getting immediately spammed down, so they can actually maybe has the building blocks to start off a decent mid, and he does actually play some damage into Cadus as well. Dr. Phil is still alive. Dr. Phil might actually get cleaned up there by Silentes.
He's gonna get Condom for sure. He's jumping in, beats the first rocket, with the second, but Silentes is there. He's cleaned up, and the aggression from Tiger was completely insane. He just walked on top of the point and tried to trade with Josh before Josh could jump in. That was really risky. He got killed in the process, but I think that's pretty much what opened things up for Swift. And now Condom died, Babs didn't. She has full Uber ad, and Sandy is on by just spawn.
Yeah.
So,
alright, so they've got Uber advantage. They've got the second for free just by the threat of the Uber alone. And they probably might actually make this push in for last by time, but just before Condom gets his crits. Krieger?
Oh, is he on crits again?
Yeah, he's on crits again.
No heavy, I want to see the laser beams.
Man, I think they're just trying to go for like a bingo card at this point. They've got the heavy, they was going for the sniper earlier, maybe Swift an engineer crits?
Swift is gonna go from under, they used kind of early. Cadus is jumping in with the Condom, gets crits, Josh, insane, 2 rockets! Also, Polygon and Cadus. Condom dies finally, but Babs is still alive. She's 50 HP right side. Can she get cleaned up? No, they're only 2 up. Sorex is on the prowl. He's trying to go for it. But what can he do against Tiger? Fully buffed.
Sorex!
Insane! He can't get Babs, but this is like securing the second point for his team. But now Swift again at the Uber. This duel from Sorex was out of this world.
That was some tasty pasta. Well, they're going to make a repush in just because they've got the Oh, okay. Well, Josh is in. Josh is in. Yeah, he's just. But he hasn't really made anything happen with his bomb. He's maybe bought a little bit of space. And, oh, yeah. Now they need to go for Babs now. Everyone needs to just get on top of that medic. And they get a free Cadus kill. Sorex kind of swoops in. Where's my team, though, says Sorex. Says Dr. Phil will get cleaned up again.
This is looking Babs. This is looking bad. Tiger's on mass, he's gonna get a duel on 2 Zenith. This isn't fair. 2 squads against 1 guy? No.
Oh man, yeah. Josh wasn't in the rough vicinity as well to block that, so it just seems so discoordinated from Lego there. Like, everyone's got different missions or different plans in their heads. Like, I feel like there's got to be a communication coming out from Lego. A communication error, I should say, coming out from Lego.
Pushing on the second point was so risky, only because Tiger wasn't there. Was kind of a questionable decision, considering the loose point. It's really easy to say now.
But they got the very early Cadus kill, though. But it seemed like a lot of people wanted to just back off. Maybe there was some backcap shenanigans trying to go off in the background that I wasn't able to see, but anyway, we're on to another minute. Drag
really early with the aggression from Sorex, and Sorex gets another frag and pushes, gets Samdi as well. Silentes is another casualty, and Polygon. It's only Tiger and Babs right now. Can Tiger do anything? I like how Josh doesn't even care about Tiger. He just want to go for Babs, but he's kind of weak, and Babs is full HP, so he's already kind of far back. Josh is on the prowl. He gets 1 rocket. Can Babs surfs away? Apparently she can.
Oh no, she can't.
That was really close there, because George didn't have any more rockets, and had the door been a bit more open, Babs could have escaped here. But now, it's the opposite situation. Now it's Hunter with the 100% Uber ad. His worst nightmare, Tiger as sniper is up.
Tiger. Yep. It's time to go to the Tiger cam. Let's see. Oh, actually pops it off before he gets a headshot in. Very nice coming out from Condom there. So now they've controlled the sentry gun as well. They're getting cap time on the point, and they're all flocking to it to defend it. And they're doing a decent job over on.
Incredible comeback. Again, like as in, not incredible as it was unexpected, but incredible as. It really takes some guts to be able to come back that quickly after you lose the round where you have been on the back foot for so long. And this is just a back and forth game. It reminds me a bit of, I don't know if you remember Gully when Lego tied the game and then Swift make the 4-3 really quickly. This is kind of the same thing here.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this time, in theory, it should be Swift's turn to get another round as they've been kind of trading rounds back and forth. And let's see, Drac has got a nice little bomb in. He's got some good damage on Takeda, but kind of baited. Oh wow, actually baited them in as his team Lego went aggressive across the point. It just played into Swift's hand. They saw it a mile coming on back.
Both Tiger and Sabzi, they're trying to go for Condom and the field as well, but Tiger is on the, I don't think he's been called, he's on the lobby. No, maybe he can get Condom, but no, he's too far back right now. But what an answer from Silentas and Polygon onto that mid. They just obliterate the chances from Lego to take any step onto that middle point.
Yeah, instead of going for their own aggressive play, they're just dealing with the aggression that Lego is presenting them. So it's a nice little adaptation coming out from Swift here, and let's see if we can net them into another round, however. But you can see that Lego have managed to push themselves out to this last point. Gaze is going for a fat solid again over on this Ubercharge exchange, and he's going to the moon. He's off. He's actually taken out the sentry gun whilst he's in there.
Well, he was too far away for the gun to shoot at him, so that was kind of lucky, I guess. But
it's pretty funny as well.
Ubers have been traded. I like how this time Swift really didn't want to wait and try to make something happen kind of early. No, it looked like Josh is going to get completely owned.
He got airshot, but it was quite one of those long-range airshots, so it barely did any damage. And Silentas just kind of feeds himself in, and Polygon feeds himself in as well. And they only find the Sorex kill. That ain't good. But Drac tries to go for a wraparound, but ends up going into the arms of Cadis, who again, he's the 7 mastermind. He knows every trick in the book when it comes to Drac. So he gets cleaned up quickly. Cadis is trying his best to hold on to this point, but he doesn't want to commit here.
Oh, he shouldn't be that forward. Samsy getting kind of baited by his own demo man there, but now Tiger is back in business. Josh probably gonna get cleaned up here in the kitchen.
Oh,
the Uber is being used, and Babs almost has her own Uber. She doesn't have to use right away, but she's get bombed by Josh, and finally Uber's getting used. And I heard a Battleon's back up there.
Yep.
Cadis the bomb onto the medic. A really nice play here. Babs.
Yep,
oh, I think that was really unlucky. There was a stick at her feet and she got launched into the air, so had an easy frag here. And somehow that fight is still going. Cadis is on the point, just gets cleaned up by Sorex. Again, just stepping up at the right time, at the right moment, cleaning up the frags. And I just want to go back onto that repush from Lego from their last. They tried it before. When Tiger was missing, they missed. But when Cadis is on the round, this is way more easier, of course, because no demo, of course. And Condom.
What is that scout thinking? He's actually still fighting with Tiger. He's surprisingly healthy to see how much hate. Oh, there we go. There was a sticky trap to neutralize the scout. So they will hold on to this second Lego, and they've got an Ubercharge bubbling, but Bams is just a bit quicker off the mark. It's probably going to go even though for both of these teams, and now it's Lego's turn to make this push onto the last. And is that a drive push?
Yeah, they just went. They got Cadis, so no stickies on 4. They got Tiger as well, so that's the most better damage dealer here, dead. But now it's only Condom. I don't see. Yeah, he's already out, but Silentas is on the prowl. He's on mid. I don't think he's been seen. Oh, he doesn't care about staying hidden. He's just showing himself.
I mean, I'll hold my hands up in the air on Ombrack. I'm not a friend player, but why?
No.
Why the dry push into Snakewater last?
Maybe they thought they had some kind of ad, but I think that was maybe a bit too much here, and Sorek dies out of position. Babs uses Uber, and Condom answers with his own Uber. Silentis, look at him in the backline, he's probably gonna get dragged. Yeah, this is gonna be really hard for Lego to win this fight because they have so many people behind
Silentis is coming in.
Silentis is going in. He gets really two nice rockets onto Condom, and this is complete crumble here for Lego. They really shouldn't have taken this fight. And Sorex is hiding onto the kitchen. No, he's been spotted right away. He has to leave. And I feel like Lego is kind of doing the same mistake they did at the start of Gully Wash, where they're just going in for the kill all the time, where sometimes they just should maybe slow things down. I think this is one of these moments.
Just every now and then, just ask your medic, hey, Condom, have you got an Uber charge maybe? Have you got an Uber charge?
Oh, Sorex! He's trying to go for Babs. He can get only one shot, but gets cleaned up by Polygon. So nice protection here from the pocket. And there's already a gun setting up on that for Lego. Babs sitting on a 20% ad. This isn't actually a really big Uber ad. Lego is already on to last. Trying to go for drag.
God, the soldiers are so weak as well for this defense, and they're going to spam out the sentry gun probably. There we go. It goes down now, but Dr. Phil moves his butt up to kind of start laying some covering fire for his team, and they haven't quite got the Uber yet. Ombrack, and oh God, the collapse comes in. There was a Lego there standing at one point, but not anymore. They've been melted. 3-2.
I feel like Swift played this round well, but I feel like Lego lost this round more than Swift won it. I feel they tried to be they went a bit too quick into action.
The dry push? I just don't understand.
Two dry push kind of questionable. The one on last and the one on second point. They could have secured maybe an Uber and tried to do something with it. But still, 6 minutes, there's still time for Lego to come back into that. Mikado is going really early with the early stickies.
Oh, air shot!
Completely obliterated for top left. He's already dead.
Good night, Josh. He was completely. Oh my God!
Same rocket onto Zenith, and Silentis dies. It's the only casualty onto Swift, while Lego lost already 3 players. Now this is gonna look really dire for Lego, because when you're Swift, you really have no incentive to push here. You can just park the bus, wait. You've done it before earlier in the map. And Dr. Phil, he knows about it. He doesn't want to give up ground easily, and he's waiting for his team to help him.
Drag, maybe flanking? No, he actually backs off, plays it safe, and Condom, he gets forced off, and Babs hasn't even got. There we go. She's got her Uber now, and she does counter. And Dr. Phil, actually, Dr. Cadus leaves the Dr. Phil kill to his pet scouts who are kind of budding next to him. So he's trying to get behind because things are looking bad. Okay,
this Uber from Condom, he looked away to arrow one of his soldiers for a moment, so he didn't see the rolling pipes coming to him, and he thought one more damage was coming to him.
Push.
They're going for last. Cadus already on the point.
Oh my God!
Nice play there from Cadus.
That's some old Kado there. That's Kado just kind of jumping in, laying some stickies on the point, just kind of denying the area. It also helped they had a soldier buddy kind of adding to that counter as well, kind of keeping him safe, but yeah, some old Kado. Ooh.
Oh, this is gonna be really hard for Lego to come back here. If they lose this, they will have to play in the loser bracket final to have a chance to come win Prem. While Swift is in the driving seat right now, this mid has to go in Lego's way if they want to come back. The double bomb is coming from Black and Lego, but Phil gets that really early, but nothing more than that. Everyone is dying onto Lego. Only Sorex and Condom are alive. Cadus with a nice pipe gets the Icelandic medic, and this should be over.
I think that is the heart and soul of Lego firmly crushed there with that mid. With 4 minutes left, I know that there's still plenty of time, it's still mathematically possible, but when you've got a team like Swift on back, I don't think they're going to give this away for free.
No, this is over.
Yeah. Well, it feels kind of bad to kind of call it.
If they come back, this is incredible.
Yeah, this would be probably one of the greatest comeback stories in TF2. But
no,
when you've got Cadus kind of farming Josh.
No soldier. Cadus dies, so maybe it's 3v3, so maybe Lego want to take it, but Zen dies. Condom is on his own upper lobby with Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil isn't even watching the last point. There we go, he gets back to the last point now, but they're entering from that door.
Silentis is dead. He's trying to go for Dr. Phil, he's dead.
Air shot! Dr. Phil, get destroyed, son! I don't care that you defended that. He got obliterated.
Okay, 3 minutes. Condom got a soul. This is really important. He has the Uber ad. No, they have to go in, make the Uber work, and get back in the process if they want to make 2 rounds in 3 minutes. This is going to be super tight.
Oh my god. But it just feels like the morale is just not even on the floor at this point. It's probably dug itself into a hole and buried it.
They're wasting their grave. They're too slow. It's a crits. But it's a... Oh!
Jesus! Why is everyone air-shotting everybody? Alright, Josh is in because he doesn't have an S key. He needs to keep moving, keep going, and it's just him versus Salenta. Actually making a go of it. The shotgun!
They get Samsy. Only Tiger
the scouts! Chasing Babs. They've got the Babs kill.
They can do it. They can do it. Okay, Polygon is the only one alive. Do you want to stack this point or maybe?
I think I need to stand up. I don't think the chair is needed at this point if this is actually
Polygon
happening.
Is there in the spawning. He's just going to try to break the cap. This is really smart from Polygon because he knows
but they're all stacking it though. Oh, there we go. That leaves some people behind, but they're all rushing to last point.
They're all up. They have 90% of crits. They just have to chill a bit and make these crits work if they want to make it happen. If they want to.
Tigers on sniper as well.
Crits is used. They don't get anyone with it. Zen is the first casualty. This is going bad. Silentus dies, trying to bump for the mid. Polygon again. Samzy is on heavy. He's cleaning up everyone. 2 cracks of Samzy, and now it's only Josh and Sorex. 100 HP for the Italian scout. He's just trying to go for the medic because logs, you know. But he's just getting cleaned up by Thaga, and this, I said it twice already, but this should be
now it's over, right? Now it truly is over, right? Right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I mean,
if anything's gonna happen on Ombrack, it has to happen at this very moment, right now. Okay.
This has to be a dry push now.
This is go time. This is where they need to land pies. They need to land air shots. They need to land everything. Samzy killed down. Okay.
Pipe. No soldiers on 2 levels.
Oh, they're blobbing up too much. They're sharing too much spam, and they're all just being farmed. It's only Zenith left, and okay. Now it's over. Now it's over. We've said this a couple of times now, but it's definitely over. It's mathematically over. It's over. It's even the GGs are coming out from Lego here.
I have a short-term memory, but I think this is top 3 of the best games I've ever seen.
I don't know. It's pretty good, but top 3 ever of all TF2 or just this season?
No, of the season, this is top 1 by head and shoulder, top 1 above everything else.
Alright then, alright, well, so you've got a good 50 seconds to process it, because that's how much match time is remaining, and
They're just going for conduct, they don't care anymore. Oh, what a game. Everyone has been, like, especially from SVIFT, everyone has been so stellar performances all over the board.
Man, I'm just speechless. It was just very high energy. And I'm not even playing Ombrack. I'm just watching the thing and I'm hyped. So I feel like this is not a game that you know that SVIFT walked away from, or you know Lego should be ashamed by. This was a good match from both of these teams, and keep in mind this is just the upper bracket final on Ombrack. Nothing is written in stone.
Right now, I don't want to play against any of these teams, and I have to. So
yeah, you've got to play against Lego, man.
How impressive they have been.
Yeah, you will be facing off against Lego in the lower bracket final, so we must congratulate SVIFT on a job well done. They have made it all the way to the grand final. They've guaranteed themselves a 2nd place, and if my stats are to be correct from earlier, they're 3/4 of the way to winning the whole shebang as well. Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do on brackets. It's time to go over some logs.
Yeah, I feel like logs, they would give a proper respect to this game, because this series has been so about feelings, like about what happened,
just in the moment, like
about momentum, about like crazy actions going on. I don't want to narrow it down to numbers, because I feel like this would be like not respecting these players, because they have, if they had played for numbers, they would have played way more cautiously. If they had played for scoreboards, they would have played differently, but they just played to win.
I mean,
this was incredible.
Feelings is all well and good for SVIFT, but maybe if Lego had a few numbers in their feelings to ratio, I can't help but think that the score would look a little different, you know, maybe 3-3. Because there was that last one where, just that dry push, I don't know, shaking my head. Anyway, I have the numbers up here anyway, Ombrack, you know, we're just kind of sitting here. Do you want to look at them anyway?
Yeah, go for it, I guess.
Alright, okay, well, I think I want to give a big shout out to Babs, who's keeping herself alive throughout that entire game. Only 5 deaths compared to Condom's 11, and I mean, that's got to keep a nice, stable backbone to your team, knowing that at least you've got your medical live and your advantages aren't out of order or all over the place. But I guess that could be maybe a bit. Again, you've kind of you've taken the wind out of my sails by saying how these stats wouldn't matter too much, because you're right. Because there was a point where there was a lot of stalematey, so the stats were skewed from that, and then suddenly there was like a burst of very like energetic TF2. But
and we've been missing that a lot lately, I feel like, and this, I don't know, it was so good.
I know. Do you think Kato was having a good time in there? Maybe he's not used to things like this. He wants to keep things by us.
Definitely. He's just gonna see the game in a whole new light.
He's gonna enter the 7 barracks. He's like, boys, let me tell you about some TF2 I just played. And there you go. They are the cure to the meta, the 7 meta. Well, in my mind, anyways, it probably won't end like that. But if we had to talk a little bit more about the extent of the game, I see a lot of high damage numbers coming out for the SVIFT squad, especially towards the tail end of the game. Maybe at the start it was looking kind of a bit Lego dominant, but God, they adapted Ombrack. I felt like the mids were going so much better for SVIFT as the game drew to an end.
I'm just speechless. I don't know. That was incredible.
Man, and to say you got up at like 4 a.m. this morning, look at you now. You're chopped with hype.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep.
I'm
just gonna watch this again. I'm not.
Well, I mean, what was kind of strange as well is we saw a lot of crits coming out throughout this entire series.
Really ineffective crits. If I
I don't think there was one point where it stood out as like, oh right, they want to recapture that crits moment again. It just seemed so forced. I think it's the beauty of the crits though is you get to kind of dictate the game in a sort of, because you're always, at least something's always constantly happening with a crit. You know, with a medigun, you're always tempted to kind of just lay things low, keep things quiet, stalemate it out, find the perfect opportunity to use that uber charge. But with a crit, you're just like, oh, we got crits, pop, let's go, let's pop, move. Which fits Lego quite nicely, but again, just wasn't really paying off this match.
I wanna speak to some gamers.
You want to speak to some gamers? Should we bring them in? I think I'm not sure if we've got any sitting in our little lobby area.
Samsy and Tiger, I'm going to bring them in.
All right, you drag them in. You should have the power. All right, well, let's put those stats away. Let's talk to our champions, our grand finalists. It is SVIFT, it is Samsy and Tiger. Congratulations, boys. How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start and say this has been the best game of the season so far, and probably in a really long time. So I don't know what. How do you feel? Not only about winning, but how do you feel to have played such? I feel like from the inside, I can't speak.
He's lost.
This must have been an amazing game to play, not only to watch.
Really?
It felt quite boring.
Really?
Honestly.
Wow.
Like, no disrespect to anyone,
yeah.
it was like really boring for most parts, so like especially in Pro and Snake, what I feel. I mean, there was like a lot of action going on in like small doses, but then there was like 5 minutes of nothing happening as well, I feel.
Well, there you go. All the movie magic is just gone on Ombrack.
It was good. It was a good spectator game because it was very back and forth. I can see why that was like a good thing. But if you look at where we went back and forth from, it was exactly the same places over and over.
Samsy,
but it's better to stay in the same places. I don't know. Go away, Cooper.
Samsy, Tiger, tell me what the atmosphere was like in the Mumble tonight. Was it stressful, or was everyone just like incredibly focused once the match got started?
Yeah, it was alright, I guess. I don't know, it wasn't a big rage or anything.
Alright, okay. I was just curious as well. Well, if you guys found that whole game so boring and all that, there must be, maybe you got some gripes with it. Was there anything you weren't happy with over these matches you felt like you could have improved upon?
Yeah. Next time we're gonna put a Mumble Pass on our channel, like that's a good start.
Oh wow,
we had a few people. Yeah, we had a few people. One of them is Catbocar.
Big ups for Catbocar in chat.
Probably gonna get banned.
Enjoy your ETF2L ban.
I want to ask a question. So that Gully wash, you go really on the lead really early, like three rounds in like 5 minutes, and then the unthinkable happens. Lego comes back. What goes through your mind at this moment?
Slow down.
We're gonna win.
Yeah, we weren't losing that map. Still doesn't lose Gully.
I think he lost it quite recently.
Nice.
We
With
had
the dropped
5
up
players.
demo. Nice.
It doesn't matter. He lost it. So at no point on this Gully was when you saw, you never felt the breath of Josh on your backs. Okay.
No, not really.
Well,
I was kind of surprised we lost Process, to be fair. Like,
yeah.
we should have won
Like
that
the way we
over
lost
and
it as
over
well
and over.
was kind of weird. I felt like we had 10 people standing on point, but I guess we didn't.
Yeah, I felt like there were only 12 players on the server, but like 24 players were on the point at the same time.
Yeah, and they still managed to capture Lego server.
I don't know. They're the king of being fucking weird in last holds as well. Like, why the fuck would you crit to heavy? I don't know. It worked.
Laser bee.
But you know, things like that. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to predict something like that?
Yeah, well, credit where credit's due, but
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, let's talk more about the map draft. We don't really get to talk about it much in EUTF2 when we've just got those plain weak systems going in ETF2L. So how much do you think the maps played a part of the entire matchup tonight? Do you think it would have gone a bit easier for you guys if you picked a different map other than Process?
Well, yeah. Well, if we got Viaduct, we'd have won instantly. But honestly, the only map that we wouldn't beat anyone on is Sunshine.
Why the Reckoner ban, by the way? I'm kind of curious.
Because it's an awful
Lego.
map as well.
Lego king of weird, and so they like the funky maps that people don't really know, I suppose.
Fair. Well, while me and Ombrack were kind of watching that entire game, we kind of couldn't really
watch the entire game?
Yeah, we watched most of it, I think. But whilst we were watching all that, we couldn't really pinpoint like the most valued player in the server. Who do you think, from your end, was doing the most damage or doing just the most work out of anybody?
Polly played really well.
And Polly was nuts tonight, yeah. I mean, Tiger obviously got off a lot of fat plays as well, but Polly really surprised me tonight. Like, he was stepping up big time, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, he was hitting all these shots.
Nicell, well, I think just the soldiers in general played really well tonight. Nicell bullied Condom for 3 maps.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Well, have you got any more questions on Brack?
So this is it, your grand final. Who do you expect to meet again? You've played both Athens and Lego in this playoffs session. Who do you think is gonna meet you back in the grand final?
Lego.
Okay.
Lego, 100%.
Oh, Jesus,
100%.
guys.
100%.
Okay.
It's gonna be 2 maps.
You guys could like lay it on a little bit softer. Jesus, he's right here.
No, it's fine.
All right.
People didn't thought we would beat Lopender. We did. We're going to do the same
Yeah,
again.
because never mind.
Never mind. Let's not get there.
I don't care.
It's okay, Ombrack. Just use this to fuel up your fire to go all the way to the grand finals. Beat them.
I don't know. It'll be. I don't think you'll pick up a map, but I think the 2 maps that you do play will be close.
Yeah.
I think this will be in 2 maps, but the other way around.
All right. See you in the finals, then, I guess.
So are you just like happy to? Yeah, I guess you are just happy to sit back and relax. Do you have any plans on how you're gonna approach this final, or is it just gonna be?
Yeah, we're gonna scrim on the day at 20 and then play the final at 21. That's our strategy.
Impressive.
We're not gonna play any games before that because people will just look into logs and try to figure out our weaknesses.
I might play a few double mixes or something before.
A few pugs for the
Whoa.
Yeah, a few pugs.
Check out this tryhard over here. All right.
Well, for people who didn't know, Tiger plays TF2 24 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got practice. All right. Have you got any more questions on Brack?
This is all I've got.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I've got as well. So Samzy, Tiger, close us out with some shout outs. So have you got any special people out there you want to shout out to?
You go first.
No, you go.
Tiger goes first.
Shout out to my team. Shout out to Ali for fucking off halfway through the season. Shout out to Ascent. Good luck against Lego even. Yeah, I'll do.
Samzy.
Yeah, well played to Lego. Thanks for putting up a cast as always. Good job there, I guess. Shout out to my team and shout out to Sonny Black. Please come back. Yeah, and one little shout out to Snack, the Ulti-Duo guy. If you guys don't know him, follow him on Twitter.
Ombrack, have you got any shout outs or plugs?
Follow me on Twitter, @_Ombrack. But in a more serious note, shout out to players who played this game. Again, this was really enjoyable. Shout out to chat. I hope you had a good time. Shout out to every people who followed Sheepy weird story about the girlfriend in chat. Like, you got baited really hard, I think. Shout out to TurboTabs, shout out to Nicell who produced that game, and shout out to anyone who is involved in TFTV.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the audience members as well. Shout out to Ombrack, my co-caster, for being so passionate and great this evening. It's nice to see like all the hype just flowing in from that very tired start. But yeah, well, big shout out to him. Big shout out to my guests over on the interview. That is Samzy and Tiger. Big shout out to Nicell as well, who was doing all the serious work with pressing the buttons and finding the frags. So big shout out to him. I'm also going to little tiny shout out on my own Twitter. I tweet things as well.
No.
Underscore TurboTabs, please.
Swift Gaming.
Swift Gaming as well. Just all the Twitters. I want you to just click every single follow that you can see on that page. Anyway, we've also got our own Twitter account, Team Fortress TV. You'll find it. YouTube, Team Fortress TV. Website, teamfortress.tv. Even Facebook, but we really need to update that. Team Fortress TV. Anyway, I've been TurboTabs. With me has been Ombrack, Nicell on that production. Samzy and Tiger were our guests this evening, and that was our coverage of SVIFT versus LEGO. That was ETF2L Season 28 Upper Bracket Final. Tuning soon for our lower bracket final, which will be LEGO versus Ascent.eu to decide who faces off against SVIFT in the grand final. See you soon.